Welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you live for me on a Friday evening, Friday, December 17th. I usually start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm coming on about 20 minutes earlier than normal because I'm all ready. And why sit around and just do nothing for 20 minutes so I can come on and chat with you guys a little early. So hopefully, if you're a regular 6 p.m. viewer, just come on at 6 and all will be good. Also, too, if I want to just say thanks to everyone who was waiting patiently. I saw I had a lot of people waiting before I came on, so thanks to you guys. And it looks like before I even really get started, we already have an anti-vegan just waiting to debunk. So I saw this dude, thanks Vegan Metalhead, thanks for using Streamlabs there to send us a super chat tip. So this anti-vegan person, whatever your name is, dude. So I see you're complaining about stomachs. Veganism isn't about stomachs. Do I need to remind you what veganism is before you try to debunk veganism? If you look at the definition of vegan, it has nothing to do with like an acidic stomach or whatever. It's a philosophy. It's a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. Basically says don't exploit animals. So if you said you were a vegan and you had a stomach problem, you didn't debunk veganism. You're just someone that had a stomach problem, and many non-vegans have stomach problems. So in case I misunderstand you, I apologize. So anti-vegan person, what is this debunk of veganism? You're saying veganism is debunked because you had a stomach ache when you were vegan or something? Or maybe you didn't even have it. Maybe you're afraid that a vegan might have a stomach ache. I don't understand what this problem is. All right, so stop trying to make up sign. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. Claiming veganism is healthy, but it's not. Hey, I'm not a medical doctor, anti-vegan person. Are you a medical doctor or a health professional? Are you a member of a professional health organization? Let me know what your qualifications are to talk about health, because I'm not a health professional. I'm not a doctor. However, I have the opinions and studies of those who know a lot more about health and nutrition and biochemistry and medicine and healthcare than I do. So let me know what your deal is. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming on here. If this person thinks that veganism causes stomach problems, anti-vegan person, how long will it take? Be specific and tell me how you know this. So I know I've asked you a few questions, so I've thrown a few out there. So you're going to play my game. This is my channel. This is my live stream. And I'm very fair to people who are not vegan. In fact, I encourage non-vegans to watch our channel because I answer all your questions. So anyway, anti-vegan person, first of all, tell me what your qualifications are to speak authoritatively about health, because I see you here talking about all this gallbladder and acidic stuff. So please, first of all, let me know what your health qualifications are. I want to know if I'm conversing with a medical doctor, a researcher, a real researcher, one with a PhD, not some guy who looks up crap on YouTube and Facebook. Just first of all, let me know what your health qualifications are to speak so authoritatively about stomach issues. And secondly, how long does it take for these stomach issues to manifest themselves for vegans? And how do you know this? So you have a few questions to answer. You must play along since you're coming here just flapping your jaw, figuratively speaking. So answer my questions and we'll keep you here. And if you just keep going off in your own little fantasy tangents here, we will shut you down. So this is my channel, my rules, and I think they're very fair rules. I invite anti-vegans to come on, but you have to answer my questions. This is not a platform for people just to be knuckleheads and just make up a bunch of nonsense. Let's see. Those are basic. No, I'm asking you. Nothing's basic knowledge. Please tell me what your professional or non-professional health credentials are. Because again, you're speaking very authoritatively, like you are a nutritionist, a registered dietitian. Please let me know what your background is so we can kind of gauge how serious we should take what you're saying here. So please answer these questions if you wish to proceed. And if you don't wish to proceed, talk about something else. Okay. Because I want to say I don't have stomach problems, so when are these things going to happen? Let's see. So I want to say hi to everyone else, even though we are entertaining to get started. Our anti-vegan friend here. What is the most underrated carbohydrate? Asked Stephanie. I don't know. What are some contenders for a most underrated carbohydrate? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so anti-vegan, you're not answering my question. So, and yeah, I had biology classes. I actually took honors. Was it AP or I thought it was honors biology. So I have had that was in high school. I had it in college as well. So please, if you can't, just don't lie. Tell me yes or no. Do you have any credentials in nutrition? Are you a registered dietitian? Are you a nutritionist? Are you a PhD in a related field, not like in, say, like geology or something like that? No offense to any geologists out there. A medical doctor, please tell us if you, just yes or no. Yes or no. Do you have any like professional credentials as to speak authoritatively on nutrition? How do you justify your nutrition expert besides saying that you took a high school biology course, which pretty much everyone watching right now probably has? So anyway, we'll see. Okay, no, thank you. Thank you for answering my question. So I just want to get that right off clear for everyone here that this anti-vegan person speaks very authoritatively about biology or health, yet admits that he or she has had basically no training whatsoever. So anyway, now that we have that out of the way, now let's talk about these stomach issues. How long will it take for these stomach issues to arise in someone who eats, like, say, I do as a, whole food based, a vegan? So let me know, how long will it take, and how common is it? So answer these questions. Again, you have to play my game, and I thank you for answering my question with a simple no, thank you. And now answer my next question here. How long does it take, and how common is it? Is it super rare, or is it really common? And roughly how long does it take for this problem, this stomach issue you're talking about, to manifest itself? A month, a week, a year, 100 years? Just give me a ballpark of how soon will these symptoms manifest themselves, this condition, and how frequent is it? So anyway, so Vegan Metalhead sounds like he might have a little bit more biology training than me. 5 high school science classes. I had 5 as well. Or was it 4? It was a long time ago. And 2 biology classes. And you don't remember what he's saying there. Okay, so anti-vegan is saying 2 days as a vegan. I'm reading this comment here. Second day diarrhea, 5 to 7 times a day diarrhea. So you're saying if you go vegan for 2 days, this is what you're saying here, anti-vegan. If you go vegan for 2 days, you will have just a big diarrhea problem. Do I understand you clearly? Is that what you're saying here, or are you responding to someone else? So let me know, yes or no. Is that what you're claiming here? If a person goes vegan for 2 days, they'll have diarrhea like 5 times a day. Make sure that's what he's saying here. I wanted to understand if that's your position. Hey, Johnny Bravo, you're studying biochemistry. I wasn't aware of that. In college right now, your first semester, and you're probably more qualified to speak on veganism than most anti-vegans. Probably so, huh? Okay, anti-vegan channel. You're saying vegan for 2 days and you have like massive diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day. I've been vegan 11 years. So how come you're saying this is a vegan problem and it happens quickly? You say in 2 days you have like diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day. Anyone else here and watching right now, we're just getting started, like 50 odd viewers right now. Let me know if any of you guys have been vegan at least 2 days and have like massive diarrhea problems. So just say yes or no down in the live chat. And I'm telling you, from my personal experience, this is complete nonsense. I should have diarrhea every day. I mean, is this what you're saying? Am I understanding your position here? You're saying you go vegan for 2 days, and as soon as 2 days happens, you have massive diarrhea pretty much the rest of your life. So we'll see if anyone else is having massive diarrhea problems here. Okay, so Sarah went vegan. Instead of diarrhea on the 2nd day, she died on the 3rd day. So thanks for sharing with that, Sarah. And I appreciate you reaching out through the vastness of time and space, death, and communicating with us here on YouTube. That's really, really cool of you. Next week I'm gonna channel Jimi Hendrix. We're gonna talk to him next time. All right. So anyway, okay. So anti-vegan. So how come? I'm just saying, maybe something weird with you after your 2-day stint as a vegan or whatever. But this is not a normal thing that you go vegan and then 2 days later you have massive diarrhea. So it happened to you, perhaps. I'm not denying that. I don't know who you are. I don't know you from anyone. But anyway, I'm saying is this is not a normal feature of veganism. I don't have diarrhea, and no one else here in the live chat seems to experience diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day on a daily basis after 2 mere days of going vegan. So explain to me, anti-vegan, how come I'm not experiencing that and pretty much no one else here in the live chat is ever think maybe, if no vegans are really experiencing massive diarrhea after 2 days, maybe that's not a vegan problem and maybe that's a problem with you, perhaps? Did that ever occur to you? Or you're just going to say, oh, I was vegan for 2 days and I fell down and broke my elbow. Oh, veganism is a fail because after 2 days, you will break your elbow. I mean, yeah, it could happen. You can go vegan for 2 days and break your elbow, but there's no connection between being vegan 2 days and breaking your elbow. So did it ever occur to you? Oh, now he's going to be right back. Okay. Let's see, Matthew. Hey, I remember you from last, I think it was Tuesday I live streamed. You posted a comment on my YouTube upload of my last stream. I didn't take yours down. I took down a couple hateful comments, but I don't remember yours because I remember you from the last live stream. Is it basically that message you sent me? Because I saw it come after the live stream, Matthew, and I apologize, I haven't opened it up yet because I just assumed we discussed it all already. I remember we were just talking last week how Tuesday, how you didn't want to go vegan because the world wasn't ready to go vegan or something. I just didn't understand what the argument was. And we have the Fake Mike the Vegan channel. And Race, what should we do with the Fake Mike the Vegan channel who just showed up right now? So yeah, Matthew, let me know if your email was, this thing that your clarification, your elaboration that you wanted me to check out. Because I just haven't checked it out. I get a lot of email and I just thought we had already discussed it on the live stream. Let's see, vegans can iron their clothes just fine. Who has said otherwise, Race Lever? Just kind of curious. Hey, Race Lever, we have this anti-vegan person on. He was on before I even got started, so I came on a little early to try to answer his or her questions. And get this, if you I don't know if you can see the whole chat, Race Lever, but this anti-vegan channel person's claiming that if a person goes vegan for 2 days, in a mere 2 days, their stomach will get all messed up and you'll experience like this horrible diarrhea problem, like diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day. So he's claiming this is like a common vegan problem because it happened to him, supposedly. So because after going vegan for 2 days, he was pooping all the time, diarrhea, he thinks this is like a common classic thing that all vegans experience. So I just want to get Race Lever up to speed here. And I asked him if I'm understanding his position clearly here because it's so outrageously, absurdly wrong. Okay, so you had IBS. So you're saying you had IBS after being vegan for 2 days. Again, I've been vegan for 11 years. Angie, vegan 11 years. We don't have diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day or IBS. Pretty much, I know literally thousands of vegans now. And I don't know people, these vegans always run into the bathroom to diarrhea 5 to 7 times a day. This is, again, you can't play this as a vegan thing. If you had diarrhea when you're a vegan, that's you, but that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? So you haven't debunked veganism. All you're saying is you had diarrhea when you're vegan. I mean, again, you could break your elbow as a vegan. You can get your tonsils removed when you're vegan. You could get a cavity when you're vegan. Doesn't mean veganism's false or anything like that. You never had it before? I'm sorry, I never had it before either. So so all you're saying is you went vegan for 2 days, or you ate vegan for 2 days, you ate plants for 2 days, and you had IBS. Sorry to hear that. Maybe your microflora, your gut flora, your microbiome might have been adjusting and might have worked itself out. But again, this is not a normal thing. So you can say, Mr. Anti or Miss Anti-Vegan person, you can say, yeah, you had some IBS when you went vegan for 2 days. But how you need to shut up that this is a common thing that happens to vegans? Because it's simply not. And if you keep saying that, you're just lying. You're speaking the truth about yourself, perhaps. I'm not denying that. But to say this is a common thing amongst vegans is completely, patently ridiculous and false. Do you understand what I'm saying here? How you can speak about your personal experience. That's cool. But to generalize that this is something that happens to all vegans or the majority of vegans is just completely ridiculous. That might be good advice there, Matt. So anti-vegan. So you gained also 25 pounds, 1.78 pounds per day, and got obese. I don't even know if that's humanly possible, if that violates the laws of physics and biology to gain over 1.25 pounds a day. Again, that happened to you. I don't know what you're doing, what you're eating. That's definitely not normal. In fact, I wish Tracy, the moderator, was here right now, because her and her husband both lost around 100 pounds after going whole food, plant-based vegan. So again, I'm not denying your experience, but it's far from the normal. So I don't know. Again, you can't just blame this as like veganism is a fail because these odd things happen to you. I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you need to go to the doctor. Maybe there's something wrong with you. Maybe you need to visit a gastroenterologist. Again, I'm not a medical expert, and I'm referring to you to someone that might check out, because like I said, I've met literally thousands of vegans over the course of my time running a vegan social media thing, like what we do here, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. And never met anyone who gained nearly 2 pounds a day and have diarrhea 7 times a day. Okay, that's cool for you. Do you understand anti-vegan? This is not normal. Maybe you have some kind of underlying medical condition which predated your going vegan. Let's see, Angie's sending me some messages here. Let me see what Angie, I guess she's hearing me. Okay, let me see what Angie's, she's, I think, outside. Here's what Angie said. They probably weren't she's talking about you, anti-vegan. They probably weren't getting enough fiber before suddenly going vegan. And she looked up, vegan diarrhea is often caused by a dramatic increase in fiber when switching to a plant-based diet, which is what others, I think Matt and a few others said that. However, there are many potential causes. To ease symptoms, and I want to emphasize many potential causes. To ease symptoms, try reducing your fiber intake and then add it back gradually. So maybe, again, it's something that you were doing on your own, but this is not a normal thing for vegans to just poop 5 to 7 times a day with diarrhea. Okay, anti-vegan channel. Again, you can paste all these things in here or say whatever you want, but I'm saying these are not normal things. So can you admit this is unique to your experience? This is what happened to you, and this is not normal. So don't say if you go vegan, you're going to, in 2 days, have IBS and have diarrhea all day for the rest of your life, because that's simply false. Yeah, he's just pranking the channel. It's impossible. I believe it's metabolically impossible, physiologically impossible to gain 1 3/4 pounds a day consistently. I guess if you enter like the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, you can do that, but you can't eat like that every day. I'm saying consistently over time, in the long term, gain over 1.5 pounds a day. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, yeah, shall we move on from him? Because obviously he's pranking the channel. Because that's just complete knucklehead talk there. I mean, I don't care what diet you're doing, you can't do that. It just doesn't work that way. Again, I'm not a doctor. I just know that. Anti-vegan channel. You can. How can you show picture proof of gaining 1.78 pounds a day? Don't show me. I'm just some simple person here on YouTube. Talk to a medical doctor about this. Seriously, you might have some kind of underlying gut conditions, IBS, who knows what. I'm not going to make any guesses on that. It's not my job here. My job is to debunk anti-vegan nonsense, and you're pasting it. So yeah, no diarrhea pictures, anything like that. And just knock off on this thing that you're saying vegan diets wreck your stomach and cause you to have diarrhea. It might have messed up your stomach. I don't know. It may have caused you to have diarrhea. I don't know. And again, that could be from other things, such as like a rapid influx of fiber that your body and your microbiome weren't used to. But will you admit that this is not normal? This is not even close to normal. This is not most, I don't know any vegan that has an experience like that. Will you just at least admit what happened to you happened to you? But it's improper to generalize to say all or even a majority of vegans have any experience remotely like yours. Will you agree that what I'm saying here is true and you'll just knock off on these overgeneralizations? Okay, Johnny, I said 2 weeks, 25 pounds on 2 weeks. But anyway, anti-vegan, again, talk to me. I'm glad Johnny and everyone's talking about anti-vegan. Well, again, one more time, admit here that these things that you're purporting happened to you. And there's no evidence that this happened to you. There's no way to generalize that this happens to a majority of vegans. Will you agree to that? Yes or no? And we're not going to let you say anything more until you say yes or no. Okay, you'll agree to that. Fair enough, anti-vegan channel. Okay, so none of this nonsense that this happens to all or even most vegans. It happened to you, and if so, if you're telling the truth, feel sorry for you. Sorry, and maybe you should see the health professional. So let's move on here. BRE, what's my thoughts on using oils of cooking fruits? I don't think I've ever done that. Coconut oil. I don't use coconut oil. That's the most high saturated fat plant oil out there. So I avoid that as much as possible. Sometimes they'll put it in foods like ice creams or cookies. That's why I don't have them too often. But yeah, we're moving on, Sarah. But yeah, Brie, that's use a different oil. We did recently buy some avocado oil to pop some popcorn kernels. And that's way less saturated fat. So yeah, but other than that, I don't use oils to cook fruit. And if I were, I would definitely not use coconut oil. Anti-vegan, no, I'll address you one more time. Don't be afraid to go to doctors. They might not give you any prescription drugs. They might have you take a blood test, a gut test, and see what's going on. And often they'll send you to a nutritionist to make some eating changes, some nutritional dietary changes. So don't assume if you go to a doctor, all they want to do is shove pharmaceutical drugs down your throat. Again, if it's a gastroenterologist, a very common intervention is a dietary intervention, tweaks to your diet. So just don't be afraid. I'm never going to go to a doctor because they're giving me drugs. That's just the wrong, that's just a wrong attitude to have, especially if you're talking about gut issues. Often a drug can't help it. You'll need to tweak what you're eating. So anyway, let's move on. Let's see. What else did I miss here? Brie, I don't know what that is, what you're talking about, the AKK, what is it? Please enlighten us here. Okay, Jana. Hey, Jana. Let's see. The bot hid your message, and I will show it here. I don't know what it is, but I think it's all cool. Yeah, I'm not one of those anti-oil vegans that hates oil because I think it's going to kill you or anything like that. I just don't really like oily, rich oil foods. They just don't appeal to my sense of taste, and they don't appeal to my body as well. I just feel sluggish and lazy, and it's like I don't want to go exercise, let's say, after having a high oil meal. But I don't have an oil-free diet completely. I say I have that avocado oil here, and we'll get oils all the time. We do get oils all the time when we eat outside of the home. So, oh, it's a bug in the gut. Okay. Well, that's great for you, anti-vegan person. Awesome. Cool for you. I'm happy for you. But there's no reason, because that going vegan for 2 days gave you GI issues. There's no basis in reality to start a channel and proclaim that, yeah, veganism kills, because I was harmed after 2 days. I had diarrhea, because that's not a common experience. I don't know anyone that's happened to. So if that's the case, and I'm speaking truth here, it must be super rare. So, I mean, someone could go on any diet and conceivably have weird gut or diarrhea issues if they're making a drastic change. But don't blame it on veganism. I'm fine. Don't have diarrhea here, and no one else in the live chat seemed to have diarrhea like you're having too. So anyway, let's move on. Uncle Walt, how's it going? Yeah, Uncle Walt raises a good point. You don't have to do what a doctor says because they're a doctor. They're there to give you advice. So yeah, if you see a doctor and he or she says, yeah, you got to take all these drugs, you don't have to do it. But it's good to have a professional, someone who's trained, whose expertise and specialty is their area, where you're having issues in. So why not go see a professional and just do all your own research on like YouTube or something like that? You're just going to get probably someone with no knowledge, no training, but pretending that there's some kind of health expert, some kind of medical authority, when they really have no more right to talk about like health stuff than I do. And I don't. I just report what the experts know. I'm a dumb person. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Okay, anyway, I just want you to know, anti-vegan person, that would happen to you. Sorry to hear about that, but it's not normal. So please don't go off and try to tell the world that veganism wrecks your gut. Maybe it didn't do good for you, but it's not normal. It's not what happens. We don't all walk around with weird diarrhea or anything like that. Hey, Star Cradle, how's it going? And Harley Tin Man Adonis, how is it going? Um, Race, the hint is in his name. He's going off. Which guy are you talking about there, too? I don't know what you're talking about there, Bree. I don't read Dr. Hyman. I know he's like into like keto or paleo or something like that. So of course he's gonna be into eating meat, right? So anyway, Leah, tips on starting a chant about veganism? No, just do you, just see if you have something unique to offer to this grand conversation going on in social media. Let's see, George. Hey, Ryan, why do I think anti-vegans so obsessed with trolling vegan YouTubers? I don't know. All I know is when I get them here, I try to understand what their position is as clearly and succinctly as I possibly can to make sure I understand it so I can tell them where they're wrong. Because, yeah, here this dude's saying, oh, you go vegan for 2 days or 2 weeks and you'll have horrible diarrhea the rest of your life. And that's just simply untrue. Not denying it didn't happen to him. I have no idea, but it didn't happen to anyone I know. Um, let's see. Okay, what are you guys talking about here about research? Again, this is not a research channel or anything like that. We're just here to dispel anti-vegan nonsense here. Um, let's see, what's that race over? They need to try to debunk. They need to try to debunk is because our existence calls their bluff. Yeah, and if not calls their bluff, I agree with that. But it can make a person kind of like evaluate their their like worldview, like, wow, I've been eating meat my whole life and I never questioned it, and yeah, these vegans are saying they can like be vegan forever and not have health problems and be Olympic athletes and all that stuff. It makes them question what they've been assuming their entire lives. It's kind of, for a thoughtful person, it can kind of shatter their worldview and that causes a lot of anxiety. So I think that's it. There's some kind of anxiety going on there. And a few people just have axes to grind. There's people like maybe the anti-vegan dude here in VD who said they followed some vegan guru person on social media. It didn't work out right for them. So they hate every last vegan in the world as a result of that. So, either way, it's misplaced. It's not correct. And just deal with it. Just if you have a question, ask, but don't try to smear veganism because of a problem that it didn't work for you. It's why is it didn't work for you? You have to ask yourself, what went wrong with me and it works well for so many other people? I don't know, but my answer to that, or my retort to that, would be just because it didn't work for you doesn't mean it's a fail for the vast majority of people. Leah, if you want to download a YouTube video, a couple things you can do. If you actually want to download the file, there's some plugins you can get for the Firefox web browser, which will download a decent quality file, like a 720p. I think you have to pay if you want higher resolution than that. Also, too, if you're using, I don't know how Windows works, but on a Mac, you can do in QuickTime or in the OS, there's a way to capture like your screen as it's doing things in live. So if you're like watching a video, you can actually frame your web browser and show the video and pause it and see all the text and everything. Anyway, you can use the operating system or QuickTime if you know how to do that as well. So there's a few ways to capture to display YouTube videos when you're responding to videos. Let's see. Yeah, screen record. I mean, doesn't it just pop up on... just look up how to do screen record on Mac. I use that all the time. And also, Firefox plugins. Depends on what I want to do. I just want the video, or sometimes want the video framed in like the YouTube page, the YouTube watch page. It depends. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, Hardly 10 Man Adonis. Your sister passed from COVID. Oh no, that's horrible. I agree with you. Everyone, make sure you stay safe. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tin Man. We're staying very, very safe right now. We're not like hanging out in crowded indoor areas or anything like that anymore. Masking up and everything when we are around others. So everyone, stay safe right now. I was reading how the epidemiologists are using their charts, their models, and they're saying January is not going to be the greatest time as far as like healthcare goes. So a lot of hospitals will be like, overwhelmed. If you get in a car accident, they need to fix you up. It might be tough to find a spot. If you break a bone skateboarding and you need some fixing, it might be tough to find a spot. So everyone stay careful, stay safe, and especially, try not to come down with COVID, and if you can help it. Let's see. Hey Laura, how's it going, Laura Mosley? Gabriella, any advice finding plant-based doctors? You just can't trust non-vegan doctors. How wrongly educated the medical system is. A couple things to say. Not all non-vegan doctors are bad. I've had some that are just, they're old school. They don't understand. And I have had some younger doctors and R&Ds who I can work with because they understand what I'm doing. They know it's healthy. They don't have misinformation stuck in their head. So they don't question. They don't see me as like, oh my God, Ryan, he's gonna pass out and frail and die really soon. No, they're not like. In fact, the opposite. They know I'm extremely healthy for a person of my age. Anyway, you might just need to look around, try to find a hip non-vegan doctor. Here in California, it's not that hard. In fact, I'm going to go visit a vegan cardiologist and and where they work at. There's also vegan gastroenterologists and other specialty areas. I'm not sure the whole array of them. But if you live in California, let me know, and I could pass on the name of their facility to you. It's in Newport Beach, not too far from Fashion Island, I believe. Hey, Crystal Vector, just passing through, not a vegan, but support the lifestyle? Awesome. Glad you don't hold any hostility towards this. You want to stay Love Spirals? Hey, I'm Ryan of Love Spirals and Love Spirals Downwards. And actually, on my current band, Love Spirals, we're making a very Cocteau Twinsy, Dream Poppy kind of EP, which will be out. We'll probably put out in January. It's all, the music's done now, so we're getting all the artwork, getting a music video and all that made. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for saying hi. And yeah, that's me. You found the Love Spirals and Love Spirals Downwards dude. That's me here. Thanks, Crystal. Yeah, Love's Easy Tears. Yeah, my new EP won't really sound like Love's Easy Tears. I don't think I'd ever make anything that sounds like that. Hey, powered by plants. Yes, how's it going? Um, No, your sister was 47. Yeah, that's an age group you got to be careful. That's why I'm, being safe. I know once you're in that 50-ish and up category, your risks of severity are like 10 times compared to a person like in their mid or young lower 20s. So yeah, we're all at different various risk categories. The guy, no, not all doctors are frauds. I know some very competent and very trustworthy medical doctors, particularly a few vegan ones. And Race Lover, I will let you know if we ever need that cowbell added to our tracks. We haven't had any, I don't think I've ever had any cowbell in any of my songs, and I've been made about a dozen albums in my life. Oh, you're in Ireland. Cool. I'm glad it came on a little early. So yeah, make sure you follow us on. Let me give you our Bandcamp page, because that's where we're going to release. Actually, it's going to be out. We'll release the EP. Actually, it's going to be out on all musical services like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Prime streaming, YouTube Music, whatever, all those. It's going to be on all those. It'll be out next. It should be out next month. That's what we're aiming for. Until the music's all done, we're just getting everything together now to package it and get it out there. It's going to be called Smile. Just letting you guys know. Love Spirals, Smile. Be on the lookout for it. And it has some really cool artwork too. My friend Tom, who's a wonderful painter, really talented painter, he did it this night. You'll see it. Just look for Love Spirals, Smile. I'll be talking about it when it's all out. Um, so anyway, Travis, hey, I've never heard of anything called an apprehension engine. It was created to make horror movie sounds. It sounds like something that you would use in like movie Foley sounds for scary things. Yeah, Sarah. See, yeah, your new non-vegan doctor is supportive of your life. So that's what I'm saying. If you have a doctor or a RNP or whoever your healthcare primary contact is not hip on veganism, like they think you're deficient and gonna die, find someone else, because they're obviously wrong, completely wrong, because we can look at all the science, the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It's clear that plant-based vegan diets, appropriately planned ones, I'm not saying any form of a vegan diet, but appropriately planned ones are healthful and nutritionally adequate for all people. So if you find a doctor who is hostile towards vegan, get a new one. Ask for a different doctor, one who's not gonna treat you like you're on death's door because you don't have animal products. Vegan Metalhead, your parents are 71 and 66, 65 on the 30th, and you live with them. Yeah, be very careful right now, guys. Yeah, December, January, we gotta not let our guard down. Be totally on top of our game as far as protecting those who are most vulnerable. The older you are, the more vulnerable one is. Yeah, Sarah, there's been a lot of people on like nutrition Twitter, not all of them, but there's a certain crew that likes to just like totally shame like Dr. Bernard and Dr. Esselstyn, saying they're quacks. So the main argument I see thrown against Esselstyn is that they find it ridiculous for his claim that a certain kind of vegan diets can reverse heart disease. His critics, though, will totally agree that that these healthy vegan diets are great for preventing heart disease and also great for treating heart disease. They just disagree with Dr. Esselstyn on the whole reversing bit. However, maybe there just hasn't been enough studies in humans, but I've been made aware of research done on non-human primates where they investigated, well, can a low-fat, low saturated fat vegan diet reverse heart disease? And according to these studies done on non-human primates, it did. It actually did measure up and reverse heart disease. So I guess the critics are assuming, well, it worked on non-human primates, but it definitely won't work on humans. Just, I think more research needs to be done. But to come out and call him a quack because the slam dunk of the research hasn't been done yet is just really pushing the limits of like sincerity and just common decency. Just say, hey, I disagree with your findings, and there should be more research into the matter. But to come out and call someone a quack just because he doesn't have the sufficient research to meet their criteria of what they consider a reversal in humans, and call someone a quack, I mean, that's not his job. His job was to save his patients' lives. He took people who were on death's door. Their doctors before him said, hey guys, you guys are so sick, you need to get your affairs in order because you're probably not going to be around in a year or two. And I haven't read his books for a while, but I thought every person on the intervention survived. Well, people who didn't follow the intervention didn't survive. So he has a great track record, but his goal was not to produce this completely robust, bulletproof study that will stand the test of time. It's to show what happened with his group, his intervention. More research needs to be done, but to call him a quack, that wasn't his job. His job was primarily to save people's lives. He was a medical doctor saving people's lives, and he did his job. And to call that a quack just because it didn't meet the rigor of the scientific, what you're looking for scientifically, well, let someone else do the research. He's old. Someone else can finish it up. All right, what's this anti-vegan going on now? Anti-vegan, what is your problem now? You're promised you would not be put on timeout. No, I never promised anyone. Anti-vegan, anyone. I never promised anyone that they would not be put in a timeout. Me and the moderators reserve the right to use our judgment and put people in timeout when we see that they're violating. Well, in our judgment, you guys, when someone is violating one of our basic rules, and one of them is spamming. You could be spamming. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just saying here's things that'll get you put in timeout or banned. Spamming, just basically lying, name calling, like being hateful and not really talking to me or addressing the logical issues I might bring up. So yeah, just be cool and listen to what I'm doing here. If you're gonna go off on your own trip, this is not the place to hang out. Yeah, Race Lever, he put you in timeout. And yeah, we don't make promises. If Race Lever put you in timeout, he put you in timeout. So anti-vegan, if you have a problem, what's your new thing you're going off here? Because we already put enough time into you in the first part of the live stream. If you have another thing you want to discuss, say it to me. Don't just go off about nitrogen. I don't know what you're talking about. Veganism is not a lifestyle about nitrogen or anything. It's a way of living that seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical all forms of exploitation of animals. So let me know what your issue is here, and then we'll see if we want to address it or not. Okay, so a family four can live off a cow for, like, you're seeing a family four is going to eat nothing but a cow for an entire year. That's what you're saying. You're saying man, woman, child, they're going to eat nothing but a cow every day. Breakfast, eat a cow. Lunch, eat bit of a cow. Dinner, eat bit of a cow. Dessert, eat a bit of a cow. So you're saying they're not going to eat any plants. Family four is going to eat nothing but a cow and never visit a grocery store, never participate in the global food distribution scene. They're just going to grow a cow or eat a local cow and eat nothing but a cow for a year. All right, that's what you're saying. Who does that? Tell me, what what like groups of people really do this? And if so, will this scale? Is there enough cow and land mass on planet Earth for every human to eat nothing but cow every day? Is that what you're saying? Um, I think it's problematic to refer to people as quacks when they're not quacks. If you disagree with their conclusions of their research, say it as such. I mean, what happened? This is what happened when I was in graduate school. We didn't say, "Hey, I disagree with your argument. You are a quack." It doesn't work that way. You tell them why you disagree with their information. And I don't see how Esselstyn is spreading misinformation. He talked about his research. If someone wants to debunk his research and say, no, those patients of yours on the intervention didn't live, they in fact died. In fact, there's no difference between the two groups, the intervention, the one on the healthy intervention, the ones that just ate animal products. If there's no difference, then he would be a quack. I agree 100%. If his research was somehow fraudulent at its core, yeah, and saying that veganism cures diet, so that would be a quack. But to say you disagree with the burden of proof that he offered about reversal of heart disease, when everyone agrees that a plant-based diet is great for treatment and prevention, but you disagree on what constitutes reversal, to say therefore he's a quack is a misuse of the word quack. It's kind of lost its meaning. This means you disagree with some subtlety of his finding. And again, it's considering that there's evidence from non-primate research that in non-primates, low-fat, low-saturated fat vegan diets reverse heart disease in non-human primates. So we should be able to assume that it probably will work somewhat similarly in human primates. So there's evidence showing that he's not being a quack. Yeah, okay, I understand what a quack is, but Dr. Esselstyn showed that his intervention saved the lives, I thought, of every one of his subjects on the intervention following his diet program. How is that a quack? I say it'd be a quack if somehow his trial was flawed and he knew about it the whole time and was reporting otherwise. Okay, so let's look at this new thing from the anti-vegan person. What are you talking about here? The protein content in foods and feeds is measured indirectly by nitrogen determination, requiring a nitrogen to protein convert. What does this have to do with anything? How does that debunk veganism? Veganism, that's nothing to do with... Do you see anything about vegan... Again, let's look at the definition of veganism really briefly here. Do you see anything in here about veganism as a diet that has protein to nitrogen conversion factor? I mean, it's that veganism means don't exploit animals. That's what veganism is. How is this a debunk of veganism? How does that affect me? I'm healthy. If you want to say whatever you're saying here would entail that vegans aren't healthy, do you want to see my blood test? In fact, I think I just had them up here. I will post a link to my blood test videos because obviously this needs to be done if people think vegans are unhealthy. And I'm just a test case of one. This is just me. Because how come this isn't happening to me? Here's my blood test videos down here. I have I think 7 of them from the past 8-9 years. So you can see I'm healthy. I've been healthy the whole time, even now as an 11-year vegan. So I don't know what you're talking about, how this relates to anything. Synthetic protein nitrogen. What the hell? What does that have to do? Yeah, we're not exploiting animals and we're healthy too. So what's the problem? That's what I want to say. What's the problem? We're not exploiting animals and we are healthy. We are not deficient in anything. So what is the problem, anti-vegans? Tell me. Be clear. Don't say all this mumbo jumbo technical stuff that you may or may not understand. What is the problem exactly? The real world problem that would affect me and all us other vegans. Tell me what this problem is and I'll tell you if I have it. Okay? Fair enough, right? Isn't that fair enough? I think it is. Race lever, Ryan, just admit you got defeated and debunked by nitrogen diarrhea. Time to go. Man up, bro. Yeah, BRE, I'm waiting for this argument against veganism. Yet we're hearing about nitrogen diarrhea. That's what I'm trying to say. What is the problem that I should be very clear? Don't speak all this weird mumbo jumbo. Okay, here's what he's going to say here. Vegan bodybuilder claim, that's grammatically all effed up, claim to grow muscle on plants while they eat meat on the side. Who? Who are you talking about? Anti-vegan channel. Let me just stop you there. Don't type another word in, okay? If you're typing right now, stop. Are you saying that vegans are unable to put on muscle? I want to make sure I understand you. Just not bodybuilders, just vegans. Are vegans unable to put on muscle? They have to, in order to put on muscle, you're saying vegans require eating meat. Yes or no? Let me make sure I understand your position here. Let's see. Rita Butler, 15 years vegan. Awesome. You got 4 years on me. Total cholesterol in June is 129. Wow, that's great. You're 68. Wow, even more impressive. Still waiting to collapse from protein deficiency, huh? Yep. Yeah, there's way too many vegan bodybuilders out there. And to say that any person like this guy who says, oh, any vegan bodybuilder that's really buffer than me, they're eating meat. No, you're just jealous because they're buffer than you and you can't understand what they're doing, how they're doing it, because you think this meat is so awesome for muscles, but they're just working harder than you. They're training differently from you, and they're probably supplementing with a lot of protein. Okay, anti-vegan channel. You're saying there's no amino acids in protein. I mean, no amino acids. So you're saying, yes, vegans can't put on muscle. All right, so let's explain this. I could find some before shots, maybe from like, say, 3-4 years ago when I was into distance running. I looked like a Tour de France athlete, totally super lean, no muscle whatsoever, nothing, because I wasn't weight training. I was just getting really thin so I could run and cycle quicker. So let's take a look. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go. I was really slow here. All right, let's go take a look at my Instagram here. How did this happen? How did I put on muscle as a vegan? Because I could show you befores where I didn't have muscle like this. Was I eating meat? Like, how did this happen? Let's find some more shots too. Let's see. I thought I had a nice shot on my back here. Let me find that. Here's some nice rippling back muscles. This is from a long time ago. This is from 35 weeks ago, over like half a year ago. I'm stronger now than I was 35 weeks ago because I've been working out pretty much every day. Let's see. Where else do we have some more shots here? Yeah, here's a little shot of the guns here from the other day. So how did this happen? How did this happen, anti-vegan? How did I go from like having a just no muscles whatsoever, Tour de France marathon looking body to this? Please explain what happened. How was I able to put on muscle mass? I'm all ears. So let's see your answer to what happened to me. And again, I'm not bodybuilding. I should emphasize, I am not a bodybuilder. I don't even know what bodybuilding is. I don't know how to train like a bodybuilder. I'm training for basketball athleticism, like, so I can do stuff like this, that's what I'm aiming. I'm training to improve my athleticism, my vert. Let's see, so I can do stuff like this. Here we go. Here's a slow-mo. I think there's some audio. So anyway, let's see what happened. How was I able to put on muscle there? Just kind of curious, like, I wasn't eating any meat or anything like that. So anti-vegan, please tell me how I was able to go from like an emaciated, like runner looking dude to, I look like, maybe a third, fourth year college Division I basketball player's body. Please tell me. Oops, where'd the chat go? I'm in the wrong spot here. Hey, Graven Babies, how's it going? Ryan Jordan. But yeah, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. Right? I'm not trying to get like big, pretty muscles. I'm just trying to get stronger and just more athletic, so I can move quicker. I can jump higher. I can just be stronger in the post when I want to play in the post. I'm not trying to look like a Nimai Delgado or even a Vegan Gains or whatever. I'm just trying to look like a basketball player because that's what I do. I play basketball. I don't bodybuild, or I don't even know what that is. So anyway, let's see what our anti-vegan friend says about that. He just said, oh, the only way, and we go back to his post there. I said, make sure I understand. You're saying the only way that vegans put on muscle is through eating meat, because vegans can't put on muscle through a vegan diet, because he's saying there's no amino acids. So I just want to see what how his response is going to be there. So anti-vegan, there you are. Please tell me, how did I put on that muscle from having nothing before that, basically? Just please explain. How was I eating meat and I'm lying to our viewers? Let's see, what's that, Peter R? How's it going, Peter? Be honest, Lion Ryan. Everyone knows all vegans everywhere are all eating meat in meat orgies on the down low. Don't lie. Yep, that's what he wants us to think, huh? Yeah, Johnny Bravo, hinge herbivore. Yeah, he's someone that does bodybuild, I don't think he could play a lick of basketball, but he bodybuilds. Hit up hinge herbivore if you want to look like someone from the movie 300. Not a bodybuilder look, but more aesthetic look. Yeah, Brian Turner. There you go. There's all these guys that do that. I forgot what, anti-vegan. Please tell me how I put on muscle since I wasn't eating any meat. I'd love to hear your theory, because you just said about 8 minutes ago that it was not possible. So I want to understand how I violated the laws of physics and biology. Yeah, Derek Simnet Nutrition. There's all these dudes that's their thing, to have these aesthetic, swole bods and stuff. That's not mine. Mine is to play basketball well. Yeah, elephants and gorillas, and rhinos, where do they get their protein from, huh? Do you have any proof, Glenn, that hinge herbivore is using steroids? That's a huge accusation, and huge, big claims like that demand some really big evidence. Please share with me. Am I on steroids? Again, let's look at my swole body here. Again, am I on steroids? Where'd it go? Yikes. Am I on steroids? Because I didn't have anything like this like a year ago. What's happened? Am I on the dope? Anti-vegan channel. No, I'm actually stronger now. I can lift more weight, and I didn't have that muscle before. No, you're just lying. You're completely full of it. So you're saying I had the muscle and I lost body fat. No, I weigh more. I'm heavier now than I've ever been since I started our vegan channel. When in the early days of our channel, I was about 171 odd pounds. I'm 195 pounds right now. This is the biggest I've ever been. I have more mass on my body. I don't know if it's muscle, I don't know if it's fat, but no, I'm not starving. I'm actually way more than I ever have since I started. So when we had our vegan channel, I had no muscle. Yeah, I had way less stuff on me. That's when I was starving, when I was 171 pounds. Now at 195 pounds, no, your theory doesn't make any sense. How can it be more starving now, yet weigh 24 pounds more than I did when we started our channel and had no muscle? Nope, try again. That absolutely makes zero sense. Nice. No, I'm starving myself. No, I'm starving myself at 195 pounds. Are you kidding me? Let's see, Matthew saying hinge herbivore has admitted to previous steroid use. How long ago, Matt? Let me know, Matt. I thought maybe if he did it a long time ago in conjunction with excessive animal protein intake. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Okay, I'm sure he's admitted it, but is he on steroids now? And if he used steroids, say, how long has he been vegan? I thought he's been vegan a long time, like me. Let's say he's been vegan 8 years. Let's just make that up. He's probably been, sorry, Paul, if you're watching, and I'm just pulling a number out of my butt here. If you used steroids 8 years ago, will you still have the gains? I thought guys on steroids, their muscles go down once they go off it. Am I right? Because I've never done that crap before. So if someone did steroids 5 years, 8 years in the past, wouldn't that be problematic because they need the steroids to keep the muscle mass? I mean, so you're saying he took steroids 5, 8 years ago and he's still buff now because of that, and that's why he's buff? Anthony, I know what you're talking about. I'm not starving myself. I probably eat more calories a day than you do. I eat approximately 3,000 calories a day. I'm definitely not starving myself. And how could I be starving myself? And I'm eating the same diet. I'm not eating any differently than I did, like, 5 years ago when I weighed like 175 pounds. I'm eating the same thing now. Maybe I'm just eating a little bit more because my body needs more for what I'm doing. But I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not starving. What is the SHB? What? Then you never even showed that a high SHBG proof. I don't even know what you're talking about. Speak English to me there, bro. I have no idea what you're trying to say there. Prove to me that I'm starving myself. Show me how I'm starving. Okay, so you want to see my globulin on my blood test? I gave you the link to my blood test. Why don't you tell me what it is? How do I get 3,000 calories in? Roughly 1,000 calories a meal, roughly. Like my banana smoothie is roughly 1,000 calories. That's how I start my days. Like after I do my workout, I'll have my smoothie. It's roughly 1,000 calories. That's one meal. Then I have two more of similar like caloric, it just calorically is that. And actually I usually have 3 meals a day plus like a snack later on in the evening, so that ensures there, even if my lunch and dinner are a little less than 1,000, that snack will put me to that 3,000 mark roughly. But I need that. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4.5", and I'm very active, and I do a lot of thinking. Cerebral activity burns through calories. So yeah, I need 3,000 calories to function. Yeah, and I've done plenty of what I eat in a day videos before. Okay, so anti-vegan channel. Tell me how I'm starving. You said sex hormone binding globulin. Okay, so how does that mean I'm starving myself? Please explain to that. Okay, I see the word censor, but please explain. How does that mean I'm starving myself? I mean, I've been eating the same way for like the past 5 years. Was I not starving myself when I weighed 25 pounds less, or am I still starving myself? But you still haven't explained why I have so much more muscle now. It's not that I'm getting leaner. I didn't have the chest muscles before. I could show you. Do I need to even bother to go find pictures of me like when we started our channel? I'll show you. I had no muscle back then. I'd have to dig around. I don't have any on my Instagram from I didn't have an Instagram like in 2013. Okay, yeah, Paul admitted he did something a long time ago and he was bigger than then. Yeah, steroids will make you bigger. Yeah. Yeah, that's like yeah, he was 50% bigger than he is today. Yeah, that's what steroids do, right? So if he was on steroids then, he's not on steroids now because he's a lot smaller now. He just looks like a big dude now. I guess back then he was a really big looking dude. Yeah, race lover. Let's even talk about this testosterone levels. If you want to talk about manly stuff here, yeah, I have higher testosterone levels than Joe Rogan. My testosterone levels are super high. Yeah, anti-vegan channel. It binds the hormones in the blood and testosterone. I have, okay, now it's time for my testosterone videos. Gee, okay, so there is Cut Ryan right there. Now let's go find a testosterone video for our friend to see. Mine are, I'm 54 years old, okay guys? I'm 54 years old, yet my testosterone is like a 28-year-old
of saturated fat and cholesterol, dietary cholesterol and saturated.
All right, could you hear Joe Rogan speaking there? Let me know. For me, the audio was all garbled up. Let me know if you can hear it.
Fat leads to hormonal imbalances.
This happened
leads
to
your
last
body
week
having
too.
a harder time producing sex hormones.
Hey, anyway, here is the link to my testosterone levels. You can watch it, but anyhow, I'll just forward through. You can hear them? Okay, cool. I can't hear it, unfortunately, but let me just find where I share my levels. And you can see these These are really good. Okay, there's normal testosterone levels. All right, here's mine. Testosterone that happens as we age. So anyway, let's move on to the results from my testosterone blood test and see if I'm having the same results as Joe, the normal natural decline that we have in our 40s. 879. The reference range goes from 264 to 916. I'm at near the top of the reference range here. That's for total serum testosterone. Free testosterone, 13.4. Again, the reference range is 7 to 24. So, you know, so I have plenty. So our anti-vegan friends say, implying that vegans don't have enough sex hormone for all this stuff to happen that makes you strong or buff or whatever. Well, I got plenty. I got more than Joe Rogan has, because he has to get shots in his ass to match what mine are naturally. I've never taken testosterone in my life. So nice try there, though. There you go. Here is what eating plant-based for 10 plus years has done for me. Testosterone levels almost off the charts here. So nice try trying to claim it I can't put on muscle because I don't have enough testosterone. Simply not true. So anyway, we're going to move on. This is complete nonsense. I've put on 25 pounds and plenty of that is muscle over the past several years. So this guy can go on and say, I don't have enough of this or that. But the matter of fact is, I was a skinny little cyclist runner dude before I went on this whole basketball, athleticism, weight training thing. And I'm much bigger now, much stronger now. It's not like I got skinnier and the muscles popped up and I gained 25 pounds. That's absurd. That's just completely ridiculous. Anyway, time to move on. So anyway, oh, you know, I forgot. I've been on an hour. I haven't mentioned Coldest. Coldest, thanks for sending me your water bottles here. Again, I took it to the gym earlier today. I've been drinking it all day today since then, all on my live stream. I told you, if any water company like Coldest wanted to reach out to me, I will be your man, because this is what I do. I'm vegan and I drink a boat ton of water. So this is an authentic recommendation that this is a kick-ass water bottle. It's strong, keeps my water cold and insulated. Not as much of a factor this time of year, but I remember when I got it during the warmer months a few months ago. It's awesome. Going to the gym, it's warm, and bringing this with me and having ice cold water in there and having it stay cold all day if you're out for the day. So use our coupon code. It's vegan, just simply vegan. The link's down below, down in the show notes and the show description. And there's also a link there for a contest if you don't want to buy anything but try to win one. But click our link, it'll save 10%. Is that 10%? Let me check. I'm having vegan brain fog right now. Let's see. Yeah, use promo code vegan and get 10% off your entire order. So check it out. And thank you, Coldest, for believing in your first vegan channel here. Thank you. I saw Masha Tom just tipped $2 on Streamlabs. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate using Streamlabs. They don't take a cut from the creators, which is cool for us creators. Do you have any advice for making drum or rhythm parts for songs when you don't have a real drummer? Yeah, I've been doing that my whole life. There's so many tools you can use now, but I kind of go all over the place. There's not one. Some guys are just really good on their Akai, drum machine things. But yeah, there's all sorts of different drum machines you can use. Retro ones, modern ones, physical ones, hardware ones. There's loops you can use. There's drum synthesizers like built into Logic. There's drum synthesizers, and there's just sample drum kits like say Superior Drummer or Steven Slate drums, or it's sampled kits. In Logic, there's this new AI kind of drummer thing, which I've used a few times. It's actually kind of cool. You just kind of move some sliders around, pick your genre and mood, and you can kind of get a usable beat going and maybe layer some drums on top of that. But yeah, just get creative. There's no one right way to do it. But yeah, I've never actually really properly worked with a drummer myself. So I've, in the early years, all I used was drum machines. But now I'm more open to everything, all that stuff I just mentioned to you there. So have at it. Let me know if that helps you out there. Let's see, Sarah, I remember, yeah, you're getting your blood test, huh? So you got your blood work back and your B12 and D are great. Awesome. Good for you. Matthew Kim, meat does not cause cancer. Cancer is mostly genetic? No, that's wrong there, Matthew. Okay, let's look at the WHO meat carcinogen, the World Health Organization, and let's find their position paper here. Here, red meat was classified as a group 2A carcinogen, probably carcinogenic to humans. What does that mean exactly? In the case of red meat, the classification is based on limited evidence from epidemiological studies showing positive associations between eating red meat and developing colorectal cancer, as well as strong mechanistic evidence. So limited evidence is why it's 2A, means that a positive association has been observed between exposure to the agent, meat, and cancer, but that other explanations could not be ruled out. So if you want to side with caution, they're saying it looks like it is, but we need to have more research to say it definitively. But if you want to talk about a known carcinogen, processed meat is a group 1 carcinogen. Right here, processed meat was classified as group 1 carcinogenic to humans. What does this mean? That means this category is used, group 1, when there is sufficient evidence of carcinogenity in humans. In other words, there is convincing evidence that the agent, in this case processed meat, causes cancer. And again, the valuation is based on epidemiology showing the development of cancer in exposed humans. In the case of processed meat, this classification is based on sufficient evidence from the epidemiology that eating processed meat causes colorectal cancer. So to say that it's just quackery or nonsense to say that meat causes cancer, no, you'd have to debunk the World Health Organization. And this was a large international panel. It was just like 1 or 2 guys in an armchair. Yeah, you know what? Let's just say that meat is carcinogenic. Let's just throw that out there and see what happens. Now, this is based on a review of the research. Processed meat, group 1 carcinogen. Red meat, group 2A carcinogen. So yeah, to deny that there's no connection between cancer and meat, that's flat out misinformation, Matt. I mean, if you want to, we were talking about like quackery earlier. I'm not calling you one, but I'm just saying that's misinformation to say you can't connect the words cancer and meat together. Yes, you can. You can definitely do that. And if you want, I'll post you the link to what I just showed you right there. It's pretty easy to find. But I agree with Matt, though. There are genetic factors. There's lifestyle factors apart from diet, like how you exercise, where you live at. Do you live near a bunch of pollution? There's many factors besides diet. But the World Health Organization said, yeah, in spite of other possible factors, we found convincing causal connections between certain kinds of meat and certain kinds of cancer. Yeah, plant-based diets. I still have yet to see a potato being a group 2A carcinogen or a steamed broccoli being a group 2A carcinogen. Anti-vegan, you can go through my blood test. I put the link there for you. You go and tell me if SHBG is on my blood test. It's there. You can pause it at the beginning. I show the entire test because I don't cover every last result on the test, but it's there for people like you. I put it there, so I kind of scroll through it in the first like 30 seconds or so, but you can pause it and find everything on there. So you go and tell me if it's on there. Yeah, bacon is carcinogenic. Pastrami, all that processed meat crap. Group 1 carcinogen. That means it's a slam dunk. They know it's carcinogenic. Yeah, Alfonso. Yeah, this anti-vegan dude talks a big talk, but anti-vegan. Have you put your blood test for all to see? Can we see? What do you wanted to show, Alfonso? Yes, blood test and his testosterone. Anti-vegan. Do you know what your testosterone levels are? Let me know. Answer my question, anti-vegan. Do you have any blood tests showing what your testosterone levels are? Just curious. This is curious. Since we're talking about sex hormones, let me know if you know what yours are. If not, you have no right to talk. For all you know, yours are super low like Joe Rogan's. Peter, what's that? You had a polyp last year and you're vegan. You were eating far too much fat. When I cleaned up diet, reverted to normal tissue. Wow. strong genetics for cancer in your family. Wow, wow. I didn't know changing your diet would do that, huh? So anti-vegan, what are your testosterone levels? Just let me know. What are they? Just curious. And actually too, anti-vegan channel, mine have gone up being vegan. I've only had 2 testosterone tests since I've been vegan. I wasn't getting them at first because they're not included. You have to like request them or pay extra for them. So I got my first one about 3 years ago and the last one last year. And guess what? They're higher now. They're higher. My most recent, when I'm older than ever, my testosterone went up about 100 points from my first vegan testosterone blood test to my most recent. So mine have gone up too as a vegan. So just because yours went up doesn't mean anything. Mine have gone up 100 points. I already thought mine were super high. 192 to 375. Did you see mine there, anti-vegan? Mine were 750 the first time around. And the second time around, what were they again? Let's look again. Let's see. Where is it? 879. I'm almost at 900. I'm just pointing that out here. I'm probably a lot older than you, I'm guessing, because I'm 54. Mine went up from about 750, 760 on my first testosterone test from about, I told you, but it was roughly 2.5, 3 years ago, something in that ballpark, to now, most recent one from earlier this year, 879. So, should I infer from that I'm more manly or something like that? I have a better diet because mine's like triple yours. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's a question that could arise in someone's mind. I'm not putting that out there because I'm not a medical doctor. I don't feel like I'm qualified to extrapolate from my test and reason upon others' tests. I'm just saying though, mine are a lot higher. Just, there's no denying that. I know it's not a test. It's not like a track meet or something like that or a game or anything like that. But just saying, looking at the numbers, mine went up and they're already pretty high. Graven Babies. I think Race Lover likes wrestling anti-vegans. Am I wrong there, Race? Let me know. Let's see. Katie, you need advice. You went vegan for a year. It felt amazing, but you stopped because your kids and husband are not vegan. It made it hard to make 2 types of meal, and you kind of fizzled out. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I would say do this. Don't even tell your husband and kids what you're doing. Just make them a bunch of plant-based meals, make some very plant-based where there's no meat substitutes. And other days, give them Beyond Burgers and just egg and every kind of fake meat substitute and just see what they say, just see how that goes. Because odds are they might not even really complain or notice, especially if you give them some really convincing like Beyond or Impossible Burgers for a while and their other meat products. So try that out for a while and see if after like maybe 5 days, say, hey, you guys know I've been giving you all vegan food all week. Do you guys even know? Is it, see how that goes. Maybe you'll be convinced like, wow, I didn't even notice, but I feel amazing. Wow, let's keep this up. Maybe I'm being too like wishful thinking there, but I don't know, because I've seen that happen a few times. Okay, Matthew might be right. You don't need to eliminate meat to mitigate cancer risk, but why eat known? Because now Matthew, you have to make your backpedaling. Earlier you said there's no connection between cancer and meat, and I showed you the World Health Organization's review of the matter, and it says quite otherwise. Group 1 carcinogen and Group 2A carcinogen. Yeah, I mean, but now you're backpedaling like, oh, you don't have to give up all meat. No, it's risk reduction. There's so many things that can cause cancer. It's not this. They're not saying if you go meatless, your risk of cancer goes down to 0. There's other ways to still get cancer. And they're also still not saying if you eat meat, you will definitely get cancer. These are all about probabilities. Have you guys studied statistics before? Probability theory. There's no slam dunks when it comes to food or nutrition or anything. You could smoke, I'm not saying do this, but 5 packs of cigarettes a day for 80 years and never get lung cancer or emphysema. It's rare, but if you look at the statistics, it's a well-established fact that long-term smoking puts you in a much higher risk category for these forms of disease and death than, say, people who smoke less or people who smoke nothing. Same thing about eating meat. Yeah, it doesn't mean you will get cancer, but why at each meal, needlessly, are you harming animals, for one? That's what veganism is all about. We're against harming and exploiting animals. So why, A, needlessly kill animals, and B, why put a needless group 1 or 2A carcinogen in your body 3 times a day? It's like, what's the point? Why? It doesn't make any sense that you are pro harming animals and pro, totally cool. Vegan diets, I don't know, but I'm going to put these group 1 and 2A carcinogens in me all day. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, why would you want to need another? Why would you want to eat another dead creature's body for? That's what really is going on. I mean, yeah, James made it a little bit graphic there, but that's completely honest. It's true. I mean, how do you get around eating another once living creature who is now dead, eating its limbs and organs and stuff? That's what's going on, and you're eating their carcinogenic bits. So you're killing things and you're intentionally putting carcinogens in you. Why? What's the point? Graphics. Froze Thai. Hey, I put about 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed in my smoothies now, so I like that. I like the extra protein in it and the extra omega-3 fatty acids, and they're supposed lowering lipids, LDL cholesterol effects. So yeah, I'm all for that. I've never done 4 tablespoons a day. It sounds like a lot, but I'm sure I can handle that. Well, just because it's a staple for nutrients, yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, Matthew, we talked about this last week, Matthew. No vegan I know of is going out there saying that meat and dairy products are devoid of nutrients. No one is saying that. Maybe someone says that, but that has not crossed my ears, okay? No one is saying that for all practical purposes. However, why consume? You're saying it's a staple. Who cares if it's a staple? I mean, slavery was a staple, a societal norm for a couple hundred years here in the United States and longer across the world. Doesn't make it right. Just because something is normalized doesn't make it right. But just because, there's some nutrients in meat, there's also carcinogens in meat. Group 1 and group 2A carcinogens in meat. And like I said, you're killing animals. You're killing sentient beings needlessly. So that's my response to your thing there. It's a staple for nutrients. Yeah, there's nutrients in there, but there's carcinogens and there's death. If you eat plants, I've yet to hear, like I said, that steamed broccoli is a group 1 or 2A carcinogen. The foods that we eat are carcinogens. And there's, we don't have to kill our food either. Well, yeah, processed meat is a group 1 carcinogen, but most people I know that eat meat, Matt, I hate to break it to you, and I'm right, most people have processed meat as well. They might not realize they're eating processed meat when they eat their bacon, when they eat their bologna or their salami or whatever other processed meat into, but yeah, they're eating group 1 carcinogens there. So if you don't do that, cool for you, but you're still consuming group 2A carcinogens. So you can't deny that. And I'm saying, why intentionally consume these nutrient-containing carcinogens, as we can call them, when you don't have to? You can eat plants, which are not carcinogens and don't involve cruelty and exploitation. Yeah, AJ raises a good point to Math. Yeah, vegans would be vegan despite nutritional benefits because we care for animals. I mean, if there were some nutritional deficiencies in vegan diets, Not saying there are or there not, but if there were, let's say there were some big nutritional deficiencies, I would take a supplement, a completely plant-based supplement, so that I could eat a diet that didn't involve exploiting animals. It so happens I didn't really take any supplements for 5 years. 5 years ago, I started taking B12, but I didn't have to. As I mentioned before, my levels were, I checked them every year. They're always above 400. I just took them to be responsible, an example for all you guys out there. But like I said, I would just take a supplement because I don't want to harm animals. If that meant I had to take a pill once a day, a plant-based vegan pill once a day, I'm down with that because guess what, guys? Non-vegans take vitamins too. In fact, way more non-vegans are taking vitamins than vegans are. Carnists have BS hypervitamins. Yeah, you got that right. And vegans are deficient in vitamin BS race. You totally have that right. Yeah, and I don't know who Jesse's responding to, but yeah, OMG, veganism is not a diet or a gains plan. Yeah, you can construct a diet, a weight loss diet as a vegan, but you can construct a caloric deficit on any diet. Any diet could put you don't just starve yourself, I mean, and as far as gains, you can be as skinny as vegan as I was for the first 5 years, 6 years of me being vegan. So it's not, you could do anything. You could be a skinny vegan. You could be a swole vegan. You could be a healthy vegan, an unhealthy vegan. It's all up to you. There's no diet. It's not like a carnivore diet or a keto diet. It just means avoiding all animal products. And within that boundary, there's an infinite amount of ways you can construct that diet. You can have a super healthy whole food one. You can have junk food vegan and everything in between. So anti-vegan, keep talking about all this stuff, nitrates and all that stuff. Please tell me, what symptoms should I have? If your theories are so true, and I've been doing this for so long now, what should I be experiencing? What are the deleterious health effects as an 11-year vegan that should be so plainly obvious to me in my blood tests and my athleticism and just my overall well-being? What should I be experiencing? You could talk about all this crap all you want, but let's get to the real freaking world here, anti-vegan and all you anti-vegans. Let's get to the real freaking world. What should I be experiencing? If your theories were true, please tell me, what can we find on my blood test? What can we find anywhere about me that shows, yeah, the vegan diet is destroying me? Because I've shown my blood test to my doctors. They've seen them and they are fine with me. They have no worries about me. They don't want me on any drugs. Oh, I should point out, guys, you know that a person of my age, someone in his 50s, is on, we looked this up, you can Google it, on I think 2 or 3 medications. On average, a person on my age is on multiple pharmaceutical prescription drugs. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. I'm on 0. So if my diet were so horrible and wrecking my health, how come all my friends from high school roughly are on 2 or 3 drugs, and they're not vegan, by the way, and I'm on 0? Explain that. If my diet is so horrible, how come I'm on no medications? And you could say, well, your healthcare is horrible. No, I go to the doctor. I get my blood tested all the time. It's not that. So please explain that, you anti-vegans. Amanda, yeah, overweight, but yeah, vegan's not a weight loss diet, but your numbers are great. No prescriptions. Yeah. Jesse, 0 prescriptions. See, these anti-vegans love to say that, oh, because of such and such thing, some weird hormone and nitrogen, blah, 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 all these bad things about vegan diets. Okay, if that were true, let's assume what they're saying is true. This complete nonsense were true. All this crap he's saying. Let's say it's true. So what? What would happen? What should be happening to all of us? What should be happening to me? And they never are able to say anything. When they do, I don't have it. So they're just completely full of it. Race lover, you're trying to get prescriptions, huh? You're trying to get like some codeine or some narco or something like that, huh, race lover? I know, because you're vegan. I know, race lover. I was just joking with you there. They won't give you any prescriptions because you're too healthy. There's nothing wrong. Again, I want to emphasize, average guy my age on multiple medications. They're on the super healthy diet of eating meat and animal products. Super great for you. It does all this stuff, this nitrogen, blah, 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 sex hormone stuff that anti-vegans talk about. It does all that stuff. Yet they're on multiple medications. I'm on 0. Explain that. Matthew, I don't really educate myself on nutrition. I mean, I know a little bit, but I don't do all that much, bro. Matthew, all I really do is I eat primarily whole food plants, but that's primarily. I go out, I eat stuff that's not whole food plants. Like the other day, let's go back to my Instagram. I promise not to give you any more thirst traps in my bot. Oops, I lied. Here we go. Yeah, here. Went out to Gracias Madre and had some had a chimichanga here. It's really good. I think they took it off the menu though, and their vegan taco flight. The whole restaurant's vegan, but they use oils and there's some processed stuff here and there, But I survived it. I'm cool. And earlier this is old. Let me refresh. And last week, thanks to you guys, I show you. I didn't photograph the pizza. Remember last Friday, you guys got us a pizza? We had the pizza. A few days ago, it was at Disney California Adventure. They had this holiday seasonal chili relleno. It has a little vegan cheese on it there on the beans. There's a little sauce on the chili relleno. So I don't eat perfect or anything like that, but I eat pretty well. I think I don't do anything all that out of the ordinary. I don't think. I just eat whole food plants primarily, and at home, whole food plants. When I leave the house, there's some processed food. I mean, I don't know if I'm really all that educated, as I'm trying to tell you there, Matt. I don't really do anything all that, like it's not like rocket science or anything like that. I just eat plants. Sometimes there's some processed stuff. Most of the time I'm eating whole food plants and doing all right. I don't see why that is. You're holding that against me like I'm educated in nutrition. No, I just don't eat a bunch of crap. That's not educated. To me, that's just common sense. If people want to eat a bunch of McDonald's and stuff, it's not because they're not vegan. It's just because they love the convenience of crappy, cheap crap. That's it. And again, that's not rocket scientist. Everyone knows McDonald's is crap, right? Everyone knows this. It's you don't have to be a vegan to know McDonald's is crap. Actually, if you guys want to buy us pizza tonight, we haven't had too many super chat tips tonight, so got to get going if we're gonna meet the pizza goal. I think we only had 2 super chat tips tonight. One an hour ago and one 23 minutes ago. If anyone wants to get us a pizza, I posted the link up there to Streamlabs, and that's a great way to get a question answered too. I'm just not trying to seek donations, but if I seem to be not answering your question, I'm trying my best. I'm not doing that on purpose. Don't take it personally. But that's one way to get a question just front and center in front of my face there. Let's see. Yeah, the hamburger has no idea McDonald's is crap, but we all know McDonald's is crap. So I like how Matt was trying to use my my plant-based diet against me. Like, oh, I have super nutrition knowledge. No, I don't. I would never had a really like a nutrition class in college or grad school or anything like that. I just do some basic things that prove to be really well. Just eat plants and primarily whole food plants. It's not that hard. I said it's not rocket science. Just eat plants, primarily whole food plants. It's easy. It's not like if you're meat, you have to think of all these things. No, this is super easy. I know my mindset's not the reflective of the average person because the average person is not vegan. That's it. I mean, but I'm saying I don't do anything all that scientific-y. I don't do anything all that like intelligent. I just don't eat dead animals and their secretions. That's it. I don't eat dead animals and their secretions. So instead, I eat plants and I try to keep it as whole foody as I can. I'm older. I'm athletic. It does my body good. So, I mean, I can't help it the average person doesn't think like me. I can't help it that the average person, doesn't give a crap about animals and killing them needlessly. And I can't help it that the average person will just go to McDonald's and Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box and Wendy's and Arby's and think they're eating like good food. Maybe they know. I think your average person doesn't care about their health, to be honest with you. I think they know that stuff's crap, but they don't care. It's cheap. It makes them feel good. It fires off all the pleasure centers and all that stuff. I can't help that your average person is more prone to that sort of manipulation than I am. Not my fault, And they have the same ethical values, but I say it's more than ethics. I think your average person everyone knows McDonald's is crap. I think everyone knows Jack in the Box and all that Wendy's is crap, right? I mean, no one goes there thinking, oh, I'm going to have a healthy meal. But, those are some of the most, McDonald's, one of the most powerful corporations in the world. So it's not an ethical value thing. It's just valuing not eating crap. You know, Americans love crap. It's convenient. It's cheap. It's fast. It fires off the pleasure centers. Does all these things, but it's crap. And I'm sorry, I don't eat crap that often, you know? So maybe that's what makes me more different than an average person, more than my ethical values, is that I don't want to eat crap, you know? That's not an ethical thing. That's just a personal decision. I don't like crap. Yeah, Travis, the puffer fish diet. Huh, that sounds pretty good. Um, Satan Slayer, does Primal Edge Health want to debate? I don't even know who Primal Edge Health is, and if so, what would the debate proposition be? Because he sounds like I'm an ethical vegan. If he wants to talk about nutrition and health, I'm not a nutritionist. I said that right at the beginning. I'm not a medical doctor or a dietitian. I'm a person who debunks anti-vegan misinformation. And when I see misinformation, I respond. So if he has a proposition about ethical veganism, which I am, I'll be more than happy to entertain the possibility. But if he wants to talk about nutrition, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a music producer. Why would you want to debate nutrition with a freaking music producer and video producer? Matthew, I wasn't talking about socioeconomics or or ethical stuff. I was talking about buying crap. Your average person seems to, even if they have money, I've noticed, they still like junk food. I still see people who are much more even privileged than I am spending their money on just horrible crap foods. So yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, crap foods are cheap and it helps people who don't have a lot of money, Matthew, but you know what's cheaper than crap food? Plants. Tell me any food that's cheaper than like the staples of vegan diets. Like you can get a big sack of potatoes at your local supermarket. Probably you can get a 20-pound sack for maybe like $10. I've seen them as low as $5, $12. You can get a big sack of rice at many markets, like Asian markets, for like a 15-pound sack for like $10. I mean, then this stuff lasts you for months, you know? I mean, you talk about legumes are cheap. You get them in a can, they're cheap. You get them uncooked. Oops, I just knocked my mic here. Get them uncooked, they're even cheaper. So please don't tell me it's too expensive to be vegan. It's not expensive to eat plants. In fact, the poorest people on the planet, Matthew, the people that make like less than $10 a day, they're not eating McDonald's, too expensive. They're not eating meat, they're eating plants. Check out people like in Southeast Asia eating rice and putting some veggies on top. You know, that's how you get by on $5-10 a day. It's not by eating meat or going to McDonald's. If you want to have a really expensive vegan diet, you can. Just like you can eat cheap as a non-vegan. You can eat as expensively or as cheaply as a vegan as your economics allow you to. So there's nothing inherently elitist or classist or privileged about eating potatoes and beans. In fact, look at our book here, Matthew. I'm showing you. This is like peasant food from around the world. Rice, beans, potatoes. I mean, these are the cheapest foods that humankind has yet to produce. So don't give me this privileged socioeconomic thing. I know so many people who get by on the most meager incomes eating vegan diets. They're not wealthy people by any stretch. Yeah, lentils, all legumes, Amanda. All legumes are cheap. Timothy, cheap. Yeah, bananas. You can get a 40-pound box of bananas over at the market here for like less than $20. And that'll last you a long time. Trust me, unless you eat like I do, that'll last you like a week, at least a week or two, you know, depending on how big your family is. I've seen them as low as $15 in some markets, you know. This whole idea that veganism is expensive, yeah, it can be if you buy a bunch of Beyond and Impossible burgers and processed tofurkey, things like that. It's pricey, but then you can spend a lot of money as a meat eater too. Fast food is more convenient despite being unhealthy. Well, good thing you point that out today, Matthew, because I don't know where you live, but on the West Coast, we have a chain here called Del Taco, and I stopped by there today, and let me pull my order up here, and I'll tell you what I got, and I'll tell you how much I spent. It's a fast food chain. It's like Taco Bell, but I like it better. I've got 5 of their. Here's my order from today. I don't think you can see the app here. Yeah, I think it's getting lost. Anyway, this is the Del Taco app. I got 5 jacked up value 5 burritos, jacked up value beans, rice, And cheese, but no cheese. I said customizations, no spicy cheese. I got 5 of these burritos, $5. All right. 5 burritos for $5. So don't tell me that fast food is like, what'd you say there? Yes, Ryan, but fast food is more convenient despite being unhealthy. No, it was convenient. I had to sit through the drive-thru for a little bit, but anyway, 5 burritos, $5, and it was healthy. These are really, it's just like, let me tell you the ingredients one more time. It's some kind of white lime flavored rice and beans. It's really good. I mean, please tell me how that's unhealthy. So here's the thing. You can go to a fast food place and find something that's not going to kill you. There's no cheese on there, obviously, no vegan cheese even. Just rice, beans, and a friggin' tortilla. If you think that's like food of privilege, 5 burritos, $5. Yeah, there's salt in there for sure. I'm sure there's salt and oil. Like I said, I don't do this that often, but I was out running some errands today. I was taking your guys' orders to the post office. If you got those of you who buy on happyhealthyvegan.com, and we're still doing our sale, guys. If any of you guys want to get our books or teas, let me put the link down here. We're still doing the sale where if you use the code SAVE5 and basically buy any print book, like we only have one print book now, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, or any of our t-shirts, just type in SAVE5 and you will save 5 big ones, $5. Here is what we got here. I can get one of these shirts that I'm wearing here, but it has the black ink like in this picture here. So you can get one of these, you can get the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, or you can get one of the, you get the book or the black t-shirt. Save 5, and I will take your orders to the post office next week on Monday. Unless you live like out of the country, you should get it well before Christmas. So if you need a little Christmas present for yourself or a friend, a loved one, use the link I put down there. So fast food can be healthy if you want it to be. But I said most people, Matt, don't care. Honestly, think about it. I'm being honest here. I don't think I'm being a jerk. I don't think I'm lying or being inaccurate when I say most people don't give a crap about their health. You can go to fast food and pick out something relatively healthy like I did there, but most people go to Del Taco and get all this group 2A and group 2-1 carcinogens all over. So again, you can't blame me for being weird. I just chose a healthier option. Yeah, Jesse, there's food deserts, I'm sure, but I live in Long Beach isn't the richest city in the world, and there's people of all sorts of economic statuses here, and they can go to here in Long Beach. I can't speak we're like an inner city food desert, but here there's like socioeconomic groups that are really underprivileged. Is that the right word? And dollar burrito like I got, should be within a budget for most people. Fit my budget, 5 burritos for $5. But yeah, we don't make a show per se for people in food deserts because we don't live in one, so I don't have much experience with that. Just like I don't make a show for like people who are Inuits living, in Alaska or on the Hudson Bay on ice and no access. I don't know what that life is like, not having access to stores, living in the ice and the tundra and all that stuff. I'm not really making a show for them. I'm just showing how I live. I never lived in Hudson Bay or Alaska's frontier. I never lived in a jungle separated hundreds of miles from humanity. I'm not making a show for people like that. I'm making shows for people like you who have access to the internet, and most of you guys have access to the global food chain. That's who we're talking about. Yeah, if you live on the fringes or in some extreme situation, you might not be able to do things like how I do, but I only could share with you what I do. I only could do me. To be honest with you, I only know how to do me. Yeah, Uncle Walt, it's all about choices. Choose wisely. 10 people can go to Del Taco and get a huge wide array of different meals involving cruelty and just crap for your health. I picked, I think, the best food I could find there for as far as no cruelty and, minimal health impacts. It might have been a little high in oil and salt, but I don't think that's going to take a day off my life. Yeah, good point, Matt. Yeah, Matt. You could tell Matt that one answer, not the only, but an answer to food deserts, is you can order from Amazon, Walmart. They deliver groceries in most places. Oh, what is the place with the burrito again? It's Del Taco. I'll just pull up their website here. I'm not sponsored or anything, but that's where I went today. They're a primarily West Coast chain. It's more than just California, but here I'll show you their homepage here. Del Taco. It's not a vegan chain or anything like that, but yeah, you just asked. You can. I use the app, so I always say like no cheese, and they've never failed me ever before. But anyway, yeah, Del Taco is the website. Anyway, yeah, enough of support for Del Taco there. Uh-oh, what'd I do here? 1 second, guys. Here we go. I'm back. Okay, so anyway, Del with a D, like Danny or Doug, Del Taco. Now, yeah, it's kind of like Taco Bell, but I like it better than Taco Bell. Yeah, so basically you can go to a fast food place here in the West Coast, and Del Taco is everywhere. Or just like Chipotle is everywhere in the country, Del Taco is pretty much everywhere here in the West Coast. There's a bunch of them in Long Beach. Oh, Uncle Walt, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you. I want to mention, Uncle Walt, thank you for the Christmas card, Uncle Walt. We just got that, I think, yesterday. So thanks so much for sending us the Christmas card there, Uncle Walt. What's that place we want to go with Uncle Walt to, Angie? Is it Pura Vida? Uncle Walt, ever hear of Pura Vida out your way? I think it's Redondo or Hermosa Beach, somewhere that direction by the ocean. Pura Vida. I see their images on Instagram all the time. All vegan place. It looks really good and not too far from your neck of the woods. So maybe we can go there sometime, Uncle Walt. Let me know if you know of that place and would you be cool to go to Pura Vida sometime. And I didn't know Jack in the Box bought Del Taco. I was not aware of that, huh? Well, hopefully they won't mess it up. It's been pretty cool since I've been like stopping by there for the past couple years or so periodically. Yeah, Taco Bell, Fu Manchu. It's a safe harbor in this demonic world, huh? The card was supposed to say from Uncle Walt and Ray's Lever. He probably kept the scratch ticket and money I sent you too. Oh no, it was just from Uncle Walt, Race. We didn't get the signature from you on that one. Bree, you went back vegan about 2 weeks ago? Awesome, good for you. In Oregon, yeah, I'm not sure if there's Del Taco in Oregon. I think there is. I think Del Tacos are there because, like I said, they're West Coast based. If I understand their history right, they started in California and expanded out on the West Coast. So since Oregon is one state above us, it stands to reason there should be some Del Tacos in Oregon. Okay, Byzantine Ladybug. No, we're talking about Pura Vida restaurant here in Southern California, not Costa Rica. Let's see. Well, you spend around $5 a day on food, Jesse. Good for you. See, that's what I'm talking about. It can be done. I know many people who spend about that amount of money, and I've seen people make videos eating vegan for even a few dollars a day. It can be done. Vegan options at Popeyes with turkey. I don't know. I've never been to a Popeyes. Too afraid to walk into a Popeyes. Is there a cutoff time to eating? Are you asking me? I have a little snack off in a couple hours before bed, a bowl of like some sprouted oats or muesli or something like that, but not a huge bowl, but I like something before I go to bed. I hate going to bed hungry. And furthermore, as you guys probably know, I work out when I wake up. I don't have a big meal. I wake up And like maybe 30, 45 minutes later, I'm doing my workout. So I want some energy. I don't want to wake up starving. So it's good to have that, some food still in my system, some energy rather than waking up famished. That's a good one, Race. Yeah, if you don't worry about economics, just get a wealthy vegan to fall in love with you and have him or her take care of you. Hashtag pro tip. Marzi, wow, you were watching some of our old videos there with Evan Rock. Yeah, let me know. Did I look a lot thinner and skinnier back then? Here's my bod now, Let's see. Was I a lot skinnier back then in the Evan Rock days? That's when we started our channel, 2013, 2014. And that anti-vegan guy, I don't know if he's still here anymore. He's saying, actually, had all the muscles back then that I do now, but I'm just skinnier now, and that's why I can see my muscles. No, I was like 170 pounds back then, I haven't aged a day. I can't really pull off my beard anymore without it looking all white. Maybe I'll grow it back out again for like a little bit. See what you guys think. See, Peter R., $5 a day for you too. You order in big bulk bags, organic too. Intact grains, legumes, a fruit or two, and something green. That's usually it. Sounds like a great day there. Yeah, those were the Fruit Luck days, plant-based Bill. Yeah. Yeah, Jesse, if I grow my beard back out all white like Joe Rogan's, VD can take a screenshot and diss me and ignore guys that are my exact same age and have white beards too. Matthew, do you know if okay, here's the thing, Matthew. Here's the deal. If it were necessary for elderly people to have animal protein, how do you know that plant protein doesn't help elderly people? Because I raised the question about how, according to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, that, let's see, vegan diets are appropriate for all stages of life, including older adulthood. It didn't say, but you should supplement with a little bit of animal protein. Apparently, that's not necessary. As I'm getting older too, and remember, I'm older. I'm in my 50s. I'm actually considered old by many standards here. I've never seen, but you should supplement with animal protein. No, if you're getting sufficient protein, I've never seen anything say no. If you're getting sufficient plant-based protein, that's somehow still inadequate because you're missing out on some essential nutrients. Like, tell me, what essential nutrient am I not getting on a plant-based diet? Because they're all in there. All plants have all essential amino acids. And if you want some more, you can take my Clean Machine green protein here and get a whole boatload, as I do after working out. So no, you're trying to imply that older humans need to have animal protein, and I've never seen any evidence indicating that it is somehow necessary for older humans to have animal proteins to not fall into whatever you're talking about, their bad bones or something like that. Byzantine Ladybug, yeah, strength training, yeah, working your muscles. It was what preserves age-related muscle loss. If you're just sitting around not doing anything, that's a great way to lose your muscles. But yeah, please show me a study that says older people must get the amino acids that only animal proteins have, or else they'll lose their muscles as a vegan. I've never seen that. And if you're asserting something like that, is that quackery, Matthew? I don't know. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I'm saying that sounds like misinformation to me. Prove me wrong. Race ever. Plants don't have protein though, huh? Protein is only found in the animals. You're saying plant protein is adequate for healthy individuals. Where do you get this at? Where are you saying? But you're saying animal protein for people susceptible to muscle loss is helpful? How come you couldn't do it with plant protein? Show me the science that says older individuals susceptible to muscle loss couldn't get the results that they need from eating sufficient amounts of the amino acids found in plants. I've not heard that. Do you know something that I don't? I've never heard that, and apparently the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, oops, wrong tab here, has not heard that, or else they wouldn't say that appropriately planned vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and helpful for people in all stages of life, including older adulthood. So you must either be making something up, or like, tell me, which amino acid can I not get as an older person in plants? And why couldn't I supplement with that instead? So no, I definitely don't agree with that. AJ Vintage, Google 71-year-old vegan chef Babette. She has a ton of muscle on just plants. There you go. 71 is a lot older than me. So if she can do it on plants and not lose her muscle, again, what is she doing? It's the training, and it's getting sufficient calories and amino acids, which plants have. And if Matt wants to say plant protein is somehow inferior, you're just simply wrong. CJ Avis, sorry to hear about your blood clotting factor there. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask about that. I'm a YouTube video maker. I'm a music producer. You wouldn't want to get health advice from someone like me who's definitely not qualified on that. I'll tell you, because that I'm not qualified. Unfortunately, you might find other YouTubers who will proclaim themselves to be health experts when in reality they are not. And that is dangerous for them to give health advice like that too. Talk to a medical doctor about that. Preferably, yeah, you're trying to get some plant-based information. Try to find a plant-based health professional. If not a medical doctor, find a registered nurse, R&D, a dietitian, is someone who's trained in the matter, as opposed to someone who thinks they're an expert. Hey, Groundhog, or Lovinish. Thank you so much for the third super chat tip there, and we're still not even halfway to a pizza, but if you guys want to contribute a little bit more, that would be totally cool. Thank you so much, Groundhogish. And not even a question. Thanks again for using Streamlabs, where they don't take anything from the content creators. Matthew, here's what Matthew said. Ryan, just because something is not necessary does not mean it's not beneficial. I mean, it would be beneficial. Animal protein would be beneficial for the older people if animal protein were to somehow magically have something that the plant proteins didn't have, like the plant proteins were lacking and therefore the old people were losing muscle, and that's simply not the case. I've yet to see anything indicating that older people lose their muscle unless they consume animal protein. Again, show me wrong. I would love to see that, but there's so many examples of older people who have plenty of muscle, and we know, as a matter of fact, plant proteins are not lacking anything. They contain all 8 amino acids, and you can always take a vegan protein supplement if you want, made out of all vegan sources, if you want some more additional amino acids. There's nothing lacking. I'm just making it sound like there's a magical thing in animal protein, Matthew, and there's not. Anything you can find in animal protein, you could find similar amino acids, the same essential amino acids in plants. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not necessary. So how would it be helpful to eat the animal protein if you can get the same protein from having some more tofu and legumes in your diet? That's just saying people are too stubborn to eat tofu, and then they're not vegan. Then they're probably not eating legumes and stuff. They're eating a bunch of meat. Well, Peter, no one's saying the protein, the amino acids found in animals are not beneficial. No one is saying that. We're saying it's not necessary to eat the amino acids in animals. Just like if you really wanted the best amino acid profile from your meat, Matt, you should eat humans. They have the best amino acid profile because it's us. We're talking about eating human beings, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to eat animals. You can get all the amino acids you need from plants. So yeah, no one's saying that eating humans doesn't have health benefits. I'm sure it's wonderful, but it's unnecessary to kill people. Likewise, it's unnecessary to kill animals when you can get all your nutritional needs met fine from plants. You keep trying to say there's some magical thing in eating flesh, and there simply is not. Yeah, just about all plants are complete proteins. I thought there was like one or two plants. Considering there's like tens of thousands of edible plants, there's like one or two that are not. Bree, why do you want to stay away from oxalates for? Let me know. Well, Matthew, you might not like the science in the Game Changers, Matthew, but you can't deny that. Here's what bugs me about people's criticism of changers. They seem to miss the point. They seem to not like the science. And let's just say the science sucks in the Game Changers, okay? Let's just say that. I'm not saying I believe that, but let's just give you that method that you don't like the science. That's not the point of the Game Changers. The point of the Game Changers is to show you that being vegan will not prevent an athlete from achieving the highest levels of athletic success. You can be an NFL lineman. You can be a world-class sprinter. You can be a world-class power man. And they didn't even cover all the basketball players. There's at least 3 or 4 vegan basketball players in the NBA right now. Chris Paul is having some of the best seasons of his career at age like 35 or so now. He's having a renaissance since he went completely plant-based 2 years ago. So that's the point of the Game Changers, is that the only thing limiting you from achieving the highest levels of athletic success, it's not going to be the diet. It's going to be your genetic potential, how you train, things like that. But eating a vegan diet is not going to stop you from competing at the highest forms of sport. That's what Game Changers, there's no way to deny that. That's the point of Game Changers. If you don't like the science of Game Changers, cool, but to say all those athletes suck or something like that, or they're fake, is complete nonsense. Matthew, again, I don't know any vegan who says that animal protein is devoid of benefits. You know, we know there's nutrients. I could go into Chronometer right now, type in Salisbury steak or beef steak and whatever, and we'll see all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients and micronutrients in a steak. No one is denying that. We know there's nutrients in steak. However, none of them are necessary in the sense that you can't get them from plants, other than things like dietary cholesterol. You're not going to find that in a steak, you know. But you know, all your amino acids, you can get them from plants. No one is denying that there's nutrients in meat. That's just preposterous. That's false and ridiculous. You keep bringing that up, and it's like a straw man argument. Vegans are not denying there's nutrients in meat. The point is, it's absolutely unnecessary to kill animals when you could eat beans and potatoes and rice and vegetables and get what you need nutrient-wise from plants. That's the point you seem to be missing. Yeah, we know there's nutrients in meat, or else people would be dead, you know, that eat only meat, or predominantly meat. So you're making a straw man argument. Yes, there's nutrients in meat, but it's absolutely unnecessary because it involves killing, it involves slaughter, it involves exploitation, none of which are involved in plant production. Uncle Watt, you want the definition of veganism again? Let's look at the definition of veganism again. I know someone got mad at me last time for showing the definition of veganism, but since Uncle Walt asked, I will be happy, because veganism is, I lost it. Here it is. This is from the Vegan Society. It's a definition that goes back to the 1940s. Start off something along the lines of the doctrine that man shall not exploit animals. They expanded it to what it is now. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to avoid as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. It's not a diet. It's an ethical stance, a moral belief that it's wrong to exploit animals. That's what veganism is. And we need to eat food. So it says down here, eat food. We eat a plant-based diet devoid of all animal products. So anyway, yes, that is a definition again, Uncle Walt. Matthew, again, you're missing the point of the Game Changers. Whoever you're quoting there, whatever. I know a lot of people misunderstood. All the movie's trying to show is that there's absolutely nothing about eating all plants that will prevent a sufficiently trained and talented person from achieving the highest levels of success in their athletic endeavors. That is the point of the Game Changers. So the film tends to overstate these claims. Whatever, these people are in professional sports. They're dominating their sports, or at least doing really well on them. They're, on the highest levels, NFL, NBA, Olympic athletes. That's all the movie is showing there. If you don't like the science, Matthew, awesome. It's your right to disagree with the science, but you cannot disagree that vegan athletes can perform at the highest levels of any sport as long as their genetics and training and potential are there. Like me, that's why I'll never be in the NBA. Despite being 54 years old, I don't have the skills that the pros have. It's way beyond where I'm at. And it's not because I'm vegan. Even when I was not vegan, I was never at that level. Oh, Racer, I like to show the definition when I'm reciting it so people know I'm not making it up. I just want that to be perfectly clear. It's a definition that's out there. Is Vanilla Ice vegan, Fu Manpu? I don't know. Is he? What's that, Tavir? Can an author title a book Vegan at Times and get away without embracing veganism? No, I mean, veganism, again, as I showed here, is not a diet. It's an ethical stance. I mean, this author can eat a vegan diet at times. That's totally logical, and there's no problem with that. I mean, there's ethical problems, obviously, but that can be done. You can eat a vegan diet one week, then eat however you want the next week, but that doesn't make you a vegan when you're eating a vegan diet just for a limited amount of time. It just means you're eating a vegan diet. It's a huge difference between being vegan. Being vegan means, yeah, you're against animal cruelty, and the only thing you can eat left are plants and mushrooms and fungi, but if you just eat plants for a week for the fuck of it, it doesn't mean you're vegan. How, Matthew, was the film wrong? Was wrong to overstate the benefits of veganism in the pursuit of showing vegan athletes can be competitive. Well, that's your opinion that it was wrong. That's a moral, not a moral, that's just an opinion. Like, you believe it was wrong. There's no truth to that or whatever. I mean, yeah, you can believe it's wrong. I think the movie's fine because it showed what I said. The primary point. What are the overstated benefits? That you can become an Olympic athlete? That you could be a pro NFL player? I mean, what are the overstated benefits? I mean, it's true. You can achieve the highest levels of sports, athletic greatness on a vegan diet. That is a true fact. And that's what most people took away from the movie. But, critics like to come away with some other thing. But look, the thing is, the big point you're missing, Matthew, is prior to the Game Changers, most people thought vegans were like weak and couldn't possibly have enough energy to compete at the highest levels of sports. And they saw that movie and that's what they took away. How do I know this? Because when I go to the gym and wear my vegan basketball jerseys, I have conversations with people all the time about the Game Changers, and they never talk about, hey, the science is overstated. No, we talk about like athletics and NBA vegan basketball players. That was the point of the movie. That's what most people took away, that you can compete at the highest levels. So enough of that. And what overstatement? Who cares, Race? What misinformation? What is misinformation about the Game Changers? Yeah, let's be clear here. Let's hold them to it, Race Lover. I'm with you. Matthew, exactly. What is the, if you want to call it, quackery of the Game Changers? What was overstated? I said, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I said, let's just say it was, But no, I want to hear, what, in your opinion, Matthew, what was overstated? Now, Matthew, I see your next question. I'm curious. Race Lover and I want to know, in your opinion, what was the misinformation, the overstatement of the Game Changers? Just curious. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Maybe I will once I hear it, but I'm curious what you think was the overstatement in the Game Changers. So let's hear it. It's so easy to say that, not as easy to specify it. Yeah, Race and I want you to answer that one, Matt. You're the one that brought it up, so it's your job to answer it now. Peter R. Yeah, it does happen to some vegans. Run a mile in 12 seconds. I never got that fast. Fu Man Poo, what racist BS was dropped where? Please let me know, because if anyone drops some racist BS, they're instantly banned because I have zero tolerance for racist BS here. So let me know if someone's saying some racist crap. Dead Metal Media, if you have an actual question, embarrassing the human race, let me embarrass the human race as Matthew gets back to me here. Let's see me embarrass the human race here. There's a great meal I had the other day. Let's see. How about this? Yeah, I'm a basketball player, 6'4.5". I'm training for my slam dunking and athleticism. Yeah, this is so embarrassing. A 54-year-old man, I should be ashamed to have this horrible physique. Again, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't even know what bodybuilding is. I don't know. I'm just trying to look more and perform more like an elite basketball player. Hey, I'm so embarrassed here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, here's some embarrassment here. Look at this. This is so embarrassing. As a 54-year-old man, or this is 52-year-old man here. I've since lost that shirt. I don't know what happened to it. It's a vegan shirt. You know, so embarrassing. I'm an embarrassment to the human race here. Yeah, look, an embarrassment. It's just so embarrassing to look like this at age 54. This is so horrible. You're right. Yeah, so horrible to be a vegan. Okay, Mathis. So you're not even saying what your criticism of the Game Changers is. You're citing a journal's. Well, of course they're going to show the research that promotes their point of view. Why would they need to show research that shows, well, you know, what would be the opposing point of view, that you can be a world-class athlete as a non-vegan? We all know that. We all know that. Like, what, 99% of world-class athletes are not vegan. And we know you can be a non-vegan and be strong and make gains and be all that stuff. So why did they need to present that? That's already known. I mean, do you see what I'm saying there, Matt? I don't know if that's really... Why would a movie need to cover that? We already know you can be a world-class athlete on a non-vegan diet. Oh, well, Matthew, I'm not a scientist, obviously, and I'm not sure what you believe about anti-inflammatory diets, but I know my body feels much better eating what's known as a low inflammatory diet, a whole food plant-based diet. And I'll give you my anecdotal story here, Matthew, not science, but anecdotal story. I stopped playing basketball around the age of like 36 or 7 because it just took so long to recover. I mean, after playing basketball, I'd be sore for days. Injuries would take forever to work themselves out. So I just thought I was too old and I quit playing. Well, after being vegan for a few years, I started playing a little bit of basketball. Like, hey, my body feels good. I know I took some time off, but I noticed now I train every day. I recover quicker now in my 50s than I did in my 30s. Probably because I'm not eating foods that cause inflammation from training. I'm not talking about inflammation from diet, but inflammation from training. A vegan diet seems to be helping with that. And this is not just my opinion. You could talk to other older athletes who can compare how they heal better, how they recover quicker in their 40s and 50s than they did in their 30s when they were not vegan. So this is not false or misleading information. I can speak to that firsthand. I'm not sure what the science says about this. I'm not sure what's happening physiologically in my body, but I know for an absolute fact that I recover better now at 54 than I did at age 36. So, you know, the Game Changers is not lying about that. I don't know if it is attributable to inflammation or not, but I know inflammation does happen in training, and my body responds quicker. Not responds quicker. It recovers faster from training-induced inflammation, and I've always attributed that, maybe I'm wrong, to eating a diet that itself does not promote inflammation. So either way, they're not lying. You can recover quicker from a plant-based diet, and that's why Chris Paul is kicking so much ass right now. Maybe why LeBron James is kind of slowing down a little bit more at the same age as Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is eating 100% plants and LeBron James is not. Even though I understand LeBron eats a lot of plants, he's still not eating all plants like Chris Paul. So that is not misinformation in my book here. If you recover quicker from the inflammation from training, veganism is a win. Yeah, Matthew, we know plant-based not the same as vegan. Plant-based means, it could mean a number of things, but I reserve the term vegan for people who are doing it for moral, ethical reasons. Chris Paul, from when I looked at his social media, looks like he is indeed eating a vegan diet. I couldn't find any fish or dairy, so he is eating a vegan diet to the best of my knowledge. Is he a vegan? Probably not. As far as I can tell you, he's not, so therefore we call him plant-based. But anyway, let's move on. Let's see, Jesse, you've been an anecdote. You've been feeding your mom plant-based diet for 5 years. Her inflammation levels have gone down incredibly. 87 years old. She's a slam dunking, but she's doing amazing. So I'm not totally up on the science of inflammation, but vegan diets have been said to be a low or anti-inflammatory diet, and the way my body responds to it seems to back that up. Is that science? No, it's not. I'm just telling you, it's for me, that's what matters for me personally, is how my body reacts to training. Whatever, Matthew, I'm just telling you, your criticism of the Game Changer is wrong there, because you don't agree with the anti-inflammatory aspects, but you can't deny that you can be a world-class athlete as a vegan, just like you can be a world-class athlete as a non-vegan. Just, I'm saying veganism will not diminish your ability to achieve your goals. Anyway, what else did I miss in all that? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the Game Changers, and he wasn't even a vegetarian, so it wasn't that biased of a movie. So everyone said, hey, go vegan, woohoo, woohoo. It wasn't like that at all. But Ray Sever is saying, hey, go vegan, Matthew. All right, how am I doing here? I've been on 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. I'm starting to get a little tired. Again, I went to the gym today. I didn't play any games today, but I did train pretty hard for about, I think 84 minutes or something like that. Yeah, a little over an hour and a half. I remember looking at my watch. No, I think I trained for about an hour 35, something like that. I tried to keep it kind of chill today, but I'm still feeling a little fatigued. Okay. Oh, you're a Kevin Bass person, Matthew. So everything you've been saying here, Matt, I've been showing how what you're saying is not on the up and up. You keep saying lots of things that sound good to the ears, but once they're put under the spotlight of critical thinking, and that's what my expertise is. That's what I went to school in. I'm a PhD dropout in philosophy, in analytic philosophy. So guys like Kevin are not trained in critical thinking. All the vegan medical doctors, as far as I know, not trained in critical thinking. That's what I do. I like explore ideas put out there, particularly by non and anti-vegans, and shine the light of critical thinking on them, critical thought, and see how these ideas hold up. And Matthew, you're really not saying anything here to convince us that we need to eat animal protein. You're saying, well, you can't deny it's not helpful. Yeah, no vegan denied that it's devoid of nutrients, but you've never made a persuasive case that we ought to kill animals needlessly to get amino acids that we could get through plants. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of going in circles with your ideas here. And then why is Kevin Bass so wrong? Did you watch my debate with Kevin? Because it didn't go too well for Kevin. All I did with my debate with Kevin, a lot of people said I misrepresented him and I was unfair to him. No, all I did was show tweets that he made on Twitter. I took screenshots. I presented them to Kevin and said, hey, what's this nonsense about there's no evidence that animal-free diets prevent disease? I mean, he's putting nonsense out there. He's just holding his feet to the fire on this nonsensical claims he was making. I mean, of course there's studies that show that eating all plants reduce risk of disease. So if Kevin Bass is your inspiration or idol, I would look otherwise, because he's making all sorts of bogus claims. And I think that's why he had such a meltdown after our debate, after I was so unfair to him by showing him his words verbatim, presenting them to him, and then asking him to elaborate. Maybe he misrepresented himself in his tweets and he would like to clarify the idea that he made, and he never got out of it. So I don't know if Kevin Bass is a good role model for you, because he himself puts out misinformation about vegans and veganism. He thought plant-based and vegans he thought there was no difference. He thought if you just ate plant-based, you were vegan. I mean, just complete nonsense like that. So Kevin is not a good role model. Kevin thinks he's doing all this great stuff, exposing misinformation, while he himself, I showed, is a producer of anti-vegan misinformation. I think that's why he flipped out. It was so much cognitive dissonance for him. He couldn't understand who he was. If he was the defender of truth and all that and nutrition, when he himself is putting misinformation out there, he flipped out. So anyway, Matthew, think about if he's really someone you want to idolize. Watch my debate against him. It's on my channel, and I stand by everything I did there. I don't think I did anything unfair. If someone thinks it's unfair to show someone their tweets verbatim and discuss them, then you have a effed up sense of what fairness is. I think if someone makes a tweet on social media and they claim to be some expert and debunker of misinformation, we have a right to examine their claims. Do you disagree? Hey, Jesse, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Let's see, how are we on a pizza fund tonight? But I have half a pizza. I guess if we chipped another half ourselves, we could get it. We're knocking on it, but I'm going to be going pretty soon. Oh, thanks, Jesse. I've answered your questions tonight. Hope so, Jesse. Like I said, I don't always get to everyone's questions. I feel bad. I wish I could. But yeah, the super chat tips get them right in my face. But I'm glad I was able to answer your questions throughout the course of our discussion tonight, Jesse. Much appreciated. Okay, Peter. Sorry, talking about missing your questions. You keep asking it. My bad. Are properly planned vegan diets harmful to human health? If not, ethics will tell us what to do after that. Appropriately planned vegan diets harmful to human health? Well, hey, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not a researcher. However, there are health professionals who have investigated this very question. You guys probably know where I'm going right now. The position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And this is just the abstract. If anyone thinks I'm cheating, this is actually, I forgot, like 50, 60 pages, something like that. This is just the abstract. And they have 100, I think, 10 references that, studies, governmental publications to arrive at their position paper here. And as they say here, appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful and nutritionally adequate for all stages of the life cycle. So yes, I absolutely 100% agree. Appropriately planned, properly planned vegan diets are, what are you asking there? Are they harmful to human health? Hell no. I mean, again, this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of the largest group of health professionals in the world. So hopefully I answered your question there, Peter. Hey, Atomic Vegan. Hey, we're over halfway to the Pizza Fund now. Thank you so much, Atomic Vegan. You're always coming through for us on the Friday live streams. Thanks so much. And you didn't even have a question, just Pizza Fund money. Thank you. Thanks for using Streamlabs. Let's see. Jordan, how dare I not be a dietitian or an epidemiologist? Yeah, I'm just not, it's not my thing. I'm a logician, if anything. I mean, I'm a music producer, YouTube creator and all that, but my training is in philosophy, analytic philosophy. So I use that because you don't see too many other, these, doctors and researchers that have studied that in a formal setting. Let's see, what's that, Peter? What you're getting at is the ethical application of veganism is obvious since it's not harmful. Yes, absolutely, 100%, Peter. Yeah, absolutely. Since it's been determined that appropriately planned vegan diets are helpful for all people in all stages of life, then But yeah, it should be applied, because if it's not harmful, then why not? Why not? As I always say, why not intentionally choose a way of eating and living that doesn't involve killing animals, slaughtering 80 billion animals a year? We eat plants. Like, why? Why are people sociopathic? They love death and blood and gore and killing innocent creatures, or they just don't care? You know, I mean, what is it? So yeah, I agree 100%. The ethical, it's obvious. You should just be vegan, because there's no reason not to be vegan, unless you're one of the weird sickos that loves death. Really, I mean, the only other reason, you can't say it's a privilege thing, because as we've shown, the cheapest foods in the world are plants. I went to fast food today, like I showed you today, got 5 burritos for $5 at a drive-through. It's not convenience or anything like that. Other guys in cars, I'm sure, were getting hamburgers and crap like that. I got 5 plant-based burritos, 5 vegan burritos. Is Goji Man an ethical vegan? I don't know Goji Man too well. I thought he was. I kind of believe him to be an ethical vegan. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I know he's more focused on the science and nutrition. And if someone wants to debate about nutrition, like someone says you want to debate Primal Edge Health, if it's about nutrition, that's not my field of study. Is Goji Man probably hell of a lot better? He is, okay, probably a lot better being an ethical vegan and educated in nutrition. So yeah. If someone wants to debate about misinformation in veganism or ethical veganism, I'm down. What's that YouTuber? Have you come across any studies that show if people can get COVID more than once? Yeah, totally, absolutely. Yeah, natural immunity. If you have that, if with non-vaccinated immunity, that doesn't last that long, from what I can tell. That's what I'm reading that Omicron seems to be. It seems to be reinfecting a lot of people who had it before. Yeah. Yeah, the natural antibodies tend to not last as long as what you can get through a vaccination. But again, I'm not a medical doctor. This is stuff I've been reading. I'm just trying to say, it's a well-known scientifically established fact that if you get COVID once, you're not immune forever. Just putting that out there. That's a safe statement. I don't think any scientist, epidemiologist would say, oh, he's totally wrong there. Let's see. Hey, Peter, Goji Man is definitely an ethical vegan. He said so on his channel once. Okay, I thought he was. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. That was just my assumption. I thought I heard him say that before, but I haven't watched a Goji Man video in a while, so it's been a while. What's that, Jordan? Your Mexican friend made you her mom's recipe, spinach tacos. Man, that sounds good. I don't think I've ever thought to make a spinach taco before, huh? Uh-oh, I'm getting that thing where my computer buffers. Hopefully you're not seeing anything weird here. I'm just going to refresh my screen. I think this is just on my computer here and not your guys's, because I'm not seeing any errors. Yeah, everything's cool. Okay, Safari's weird, Matthew, watch Unnatural Vegan's video on Goji Man. He's not qualified to do what he does. Well, she's not qualified to do what she does. Like, he actually he has a degree in some kind of biochemistry, nutritional studies, and he's in a PhD program right now or something like that, right? What does Unnatural Vegan have to qualify her to judge? I mean, what is her training in health and nutrition? I mean, at least he has something. I don't have anything. I'm first to admit it. And you know what? And Unnatural Vegan doesn't have shit either. So who is she to criticize someone who is more qualified, far more knowledgeable and studied, taking getting degrees, taking credited courses. And she has jack crap, just like me. I'm not a nutrition expert, and she should admit she's not one either. But, compared to Unnatural Vegan, Goji Man is a nutrition expert, a biochemistry expert, particularly compared to her. I'm sure she couldn't explain any chemical reaction accurately. So just because she said crap about me too. You might not know this, Matthew Kim. She's made claim. This is a long time ago. I forgot what they were now, like 5 years later, and I'm glad I forgot. And she's made completely false, erroneous claims about yours truly. I remember that. Again, I forgot the exact details after time has faded, but that should let you know. If she can make up crap about me, she could easily make up crap about Goji Man. So what? Okay, so Matthew's whole point is this: some vegans use nutrition to justify veganism, which is fundamentally wrong. I don't know if it's fundamentally wrong, Matthew. Here's my whole take on this, and everyone listen up. Here's my whole take on this: veganism, as we showed ad infinitum, is not a nutrition movement, even though it's nutritionally sound, as evidenced by, say, the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, the British Dietetics Association. I could keep going on after reviewing all the relevant research. Vegan diets are nutritionally adequate for all people in all stages of life. But veganism is an ethical, moral stance against animal exploitation. However, it's been shown that if you don't do something silly or ridiculous as a vegan, you should have a pretty healthy diet. If you're not just eating only fruit or eating one silly food or just eating junk food, you should have a nutritionally adequate diet. So, people justifying nutrition. What are you saying there, Matthew? What is wrong? Let me make sure I got your point there. I lost your point there, Matthew. Some vegans use nutrition to justify veganism. No, I'm just using nutrition as I'm trying to deny that inadequate nutrition is a reason to not go vegan, because it's absolutely not true. That's it. Yeah, I'm using nutrition to justify vegan only in the sense that people try to say that vegan diets are nutritionally deficient or unhealthy or blah, blah, blah. And those claims are patently false. Furthermore, if you want to push it further, as I showed you earlier, Matthew, red meat, Group 2A carcinogen, processed meat, Group 1 carcinogen, the highest level of carcinogen. So there are some health risks that you're needlessly putting upon yourself eating carcinogens every day. So if you get mad at vegans for saying that, I guess you can, but I mean, are we using that to justify veganism? No, we're just pointing out the irrationality of intentionally consuming carcinogens needlessly when you could consume plants, which don't involve killing and murder and exploitation, and don't involve consuming carcinogens on a daily basis. That's the whole point, Matt. So am I justifying veganism on nutrition? No, I'm pointing out the irrationality of not being vegan, intentionally choosing to exploit, harm, kill animals on a daily basis while simultaneously putting carcinogens in your body. To me, that is the essence of irrationality. Choosing death over non-death while getting a free load of carcinogens to boot. That is complete just irrationality. And like last time when Matthew came on, he gave no compelling reason why consuming a little bit of animal products. And in fact, Matthew, I should show you. You inspired one of my tweets this week. You guys should follow me on Twitter. Let me put the link to my Twitter here. It's twitter.com/RyanLum. And Matthew, you actually inspired one of my tweets this week. Let me dig it up here on Twitter. 1 second, guys. Actually, let me pull up my web browser here and we'll look at it together. Man, you should be proud. You inspired me. You inspired a tweet. So let me find your exact one that, let me find it here. Here it is. I even pointed out Kevin Bass as an originator of this idea here, Matthew. You should be proud. Remember, you should be stoked. You inspired one of my tweets. So here it is. What's with this idea that Kevin Bass and Matthew Kim and others have that eating just a little bit of meat has the same great health outcomes of those who eat a healthy vegan diet? If the outcomes are the same, then why needlessly kill animals? Just eat plants. It makes no sense. And this is the argument I hear coming from Matt. This is the argument I hear from Kevin Bate. I'm trying to reduce my meat consumption. I'm eating a ton of plants because I think I can get the same great health outcomes that healthy vegan diets have. Well, if the outcomes are the same, why needlessly kill animals? That's the whole point. If you're getting identical outcomes, why choose the outcome that necessitates animals being killed? That makes zero sense. And this is what's so frustrating to people like me. It's absolutely irrational. You've not stated any compelling reason to eat animal products other than, oh, some people are lazy or some people don't know any better. You know better. You know there's no benefit. So why keep consuming animals? irrational, completely irrational. And Brie or BRE, yeah, one could argue it's selfish, knowing that there's no benefits of eating just a little bit of meat compared to no meat. No benefit, but selfish to kill those poor animals for no reason other than no reason. It's just, oh, I did a look there. Is VD watching? All right, anyway. Real vegan? There's no such thing as a real vegan. You're just vegan or you're not. I mean, you either, oh God, how come it's so hard to explain? Either you find it wrong that humans exploit animals or you don't. If you find it wrong that humans exploit animals and you want to do something about that as far as not consuming these animals that are exploited, then you're vegan. That's it. That's what a real vegan is. It's not like being a little bit of vegan or halfway vegan. Either you find it wrong to exploit animals and you don't eat them or you don't. That's it. There's no middle ground. And again, I'm not being a dick. I'm not being a word totalitarian or something like that. These are the definitions of the words. That's just simply what they mean. You're either vegan or not. There's no such thing as a real vegan. If someone just tries a vegan diet for 3 years like Kevin Bass did. Oh yeah, I made another tweet about Kevin Bass here. I'll show you guys the other one. Because here's one. Hey, at Kevin Bass. Stop saying you were vegan for 3 years. As I clearly explained in our debate, since you didn't give a crap about not harming animals, you were never vegan. Eating a diet of just plants for the sake of personal health experimentation doesn't make you vegan. That's not vegan. If you just, I'm going to experiment around with my personal health and try to find an optimal, that's not being vegan. You're just eating a vegan diet. There's nothing wrong with that. It's totally cool. What Kevin did there is awesome. Eating a vegan diet, thumbs up, awesome. But that doesn't make you vegan. And again, I'm not being like a word totalitarian. That's just not how veganism is defined. If you're just eating a vegan diet for some reason that doesn't involve animal exploitation, being against it, you're not vegan. So anyway, yeah, Kevin and Matt inspired two tweets from me this week. So you should be happy, Matt. If you see Kevin, let him know. Seriously, if you're a follower of Kevin's, I'm not being a dick or anything, let him know that you and Kevin, Matthew and Kevin, inspired no less than 2 tweets from me this week. 2 tweets. That should, that's pretty cool, huh? And still, I want to point out, Matt nor Kevin have ever presented any compelling reason why one should eat meat, given that you can have great health outcomes as a vegan. There's no compelling reason. We're not missing anything. We're not missing any amino acids. We're not missing out on anything. There's no compelling reason other than you intentionally choose, for whatever reasons, cruelty. Every day of your life, you are choosing cruelty. You're choosing to exploit animals and kill them needlessly when you just eat plants. I mean, it's just selfish or sociopathic. I'm not sure which. There, it's Peter. The only logical reason to keep eating animals would be if the omission of them from the diet caused personal harm. Meaning if you went vegan or whatever, you'd have personal harm, deficiencies and diseases. And it's quite the opposite by a landslide. Exactly. If there's no reason, there's no compelling reason. That's what I keep saying, Peter. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever. Omitting animal products from your diet it doesn't cause death and deficiencies unless you're doing something ridiculous. Again, we're talking about appropriately planned diets. Meaning it doesn't have to be planned. Just don't do silly things like go raw or fruitarian or eat popcorn and french fries all day. Weird, silly things like that. Eat a well-balanced, healthy diet like in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, guys. Just simple whole foods. Look at this. This isn't crazy stuff here. Yeah, Tracy. Tracy just kind of pops in when she can. I don't think she can spend 2+ hours on her Friday nights with me. She's got a husband and all. I totally understand. Yeah, we should dock her pay a little bit, huh? All right, I've been on a long time, guys. 2.5 hours. I got to get going. My beautiful and talented wife awaits me here. We got to get some kind of dinner ideas together because it was over 4 hours ago that I brought home those Del Taco burritos. So yeah, if any last second questions here, I will answer them and then I will split. So let me know if you guys have anything to ask me here. Corn pasta sounds great. Yeah, like bonza, stuff like that. I mean, garbanzo or chickpeas and stuff like that. Jordan, your birthday on Tuesday. Awesome. Yes, 3 days before Christmas. And yes, I used to get combined presents. The Sydney COVID situation is wild again, so I'm staying at home. I hereby request birthday wishes from HV. Happy birthday to you, Jordan. Yeah, that must be weird, having your birthday right before Christmas. I know it's bad there because a few people have ordered the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook from Australia. No, it's t-shirts. It was the t-shirts. I can't send first class mail to Australia. I haven't been able to for like a couple months now because of COVID. Like the United States Postal Service has temporarily suspended like first class mail traffic to Australia. So yeah, I'm kind of screwed and they're kind of screwed. Like they're being really patient, you Australian customers of ours. But anyway, yeah, I know it must be bad there because I keep thinking, okay, they're going to lift it finally, this suspension of shipments to Australia, and it's still going on a couple months down the road. Let's see. Friendship, Tavir? Let me see. Oh, Peter, thanks for the $1 super chat tip there for our pizza fund. Thanks, Peter. I think we'll probably have pizza tonight now. Let's see. How do I feel friendship and where I find myself? Like, is there a perspective I can get from you? I'm a horrible person to ask because I really don't have that many people I consider friends. There's a lot of people I like and I wish I could spend more time with, but unfortunately, none of them live around me. Like all my best friends live like an airplane flight away or at least like an hour and a half drive away or something like that. So there's people I'm friendly with, but I don't really have any close friends right now. So like, Angie's my best friend. So I'm not trying to like paint a sad story, but I'm just kind of like low on the friend situation right now. Have been for a while. Pow. Thank you.
Enjoy your night, Ryan.
Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. I will enjoy my night, guys. I had a fun time with you guys. Yes, Jesse, we definitely ship to Canada. I can't guarantee it'll get to you before Christmas. If that's not an issue, go for it. The United States, it should get there before Christmas pretty safely. International shipments, sometimes things get held up in customs. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a week or longer. But yeah, we definitely ship to Canada. In fact, yeah, like that's our number 2 country as far as like where most orders go to. The number 1's the United States, obviously, and then Canada is a close the number 2 for sure. Yeah, we ship to Canada all the time. That's funny, Peter. I said that about VD. I'm a horrible person. Not an issue for Christmas, Jesse. Then yeah, definitely. Yeah, I plan to go to the post office again. Most likely Monday. So if you get an order in now, if I get any orders I get in over the weekend, I'm going to take it Monday because Tuesday is our dating anniversary. Me and Angie's dating anniversary. We were celebrating that now instead of our wedding anniversary. So anyway, I don't know if I'll go to the post office Tuesday, but I'll get stuff sent out on Monday to just expedite things for the holidays. I just went today to the post office, so I'm going to go back on Monday. We're going to do a live stream on Christmas Eve, Uncle Walt. Gosh, is that Friday? Friday is Christmas Eve? Man, I didn't even think about that. I probably will because I don't think we're doing anything special. Oh, I said I'm a horrible person a minute ago in reference to ordering a pizza or something. I don't remember. I must have vegan brain frog, huh? Vegan brain frog is real. Yeah, we decided to celebrate our dating anniversary because our wedding anniversary is in the middle of August, the middle of summer. And every time we go, it's overly crowded. People are on vacation and it's crazy. And our last one that we had this last August just kind of put it over the edge for us. It was on a Saturday to make things crazy. We go, why are we doing this? Why don't we just go out on our dating anniversary? We've done that a few times and always had really fun, magical nights. It's winter time, and so we just said, screw it. We'll just kind of mildly celebrate our wedding anniversary in August, but like go a little harder on our dating anniversary. Have a magical winter's night out. So that's what we're planning to do next Tuesday. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly yet, but we'll do something. So gosh, I gotta look at the calendar. I didn't realize that might be Christmas Eve, man. Wow. I'll probably be back. I'll probably be back on Friday, just because, like I said, I don't think we're doing anything on Christmas Eve. If we see some family, maybe Christmas Day, but I think we're gonna keep it chill. So yeah, you might see me here. I don't know if you guys will be here. If you're around, let me know. Do you guys want a Christmas Eve live stream? Let me know right now before I go. So I'll keep that in mind. If you guys say, no, I'm gonna be busy, I'll be gone, I'll wait out. I'll probably do it though, but let me know if you guys think you will be around next Friday for a Christmas Eve live stream. Josh Ross, how do we have hundreds of thousands of subscribers? Because we got most of them in our first 2 years, in 2013, 14, and 15, and people come and go. You know, we haven't been accumulating new subscribers at that rate. So yeah, they're still subscribed, but for all practical purposes, they just don't watch either YouTube or our content anymore. That's how, Josh. Yeah, if I had accumulated 213 subscribers in the past year or two, yeah, we'd be a huge channel. We'd be rocking, getting thousands of viewers on our live streams, stuff like that. But that's not how it worked out. We've been around since 2013, and I tell you, got a lot of those viewers back in the olden days. Okay, Peter wants a Christmas Eve live stream. Jordan doesn't think to do anything. All right, cool. Peter, Shane, let's see. Groundhog. All right, I will do it. Christmas themed. All right, I'll put something back in here Christmassy. I will do it. I will do it. Matthew, you can ask that question on the next live stream about lab-grown meats. I've talked about that before, but I'm going to go on right now. But yeah, feel free to ask that again, Matthew, but I'm going to split right now. And I might wear a sexier outfit too for race lovers' pleasure and to get new subscribers. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone. Yeah, Peter, thanks for coming on later on here, and Uncle Walt and Race Lover, thanks guys for moderating and just keeping everything, chill and under control. And I want to thank everyone for all your great questions and all your great comments and advice in the comments section, and just for supporting us in all these years. Yeah, we should have thousands of people watching the live stream, but we don't. I'm happy having like 72. We had 100 for a little bit of the evening here, but that was like, an hour ago. I think a lot of people on the East Coast are probably going to sleep now and stuff like that, as you should be. It's 11:30 out there. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go split, which means to leave. It's slang for go, leave, go, goodbye kind of thing. Let's see, anything else I want to tell you guys? Just, one more time before I go. If you want to get a quick Christmas gift in, we have our special sale right now. Save 5 at happyhealthyvegan.org. I'll put the link right here. Basically, if you have an order, come on, copy and paste. It shouldn't be so hard. Yeah, if you order a print book or a tee, which you basically need an order of like $25 or more, a print book like the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, or a tee like what I'm wearing now, type in Save 5 and you'll get $5 off. And I'm going to the post office Monday. I will send it to you. If you want a book, we'll autograph it for you. Get a present for yourself. Get a present for your mom, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your neighbor, friend. We got it for you. Yeah, I know some of you guys are stressing out like I am. What am I going to buy for Christmas? Get our book. Get our t-shirt. Get our book. You can always give a book to anyone. They don't have to be vegan, just vegan curious. This will help them out. Maybe it'll make them go vegan. Who knows? So yeah, save $5 off a book or t-shirt. People buy the books, Josh. A lot of most people in the live stream here have either the ebook or the print book, Josh. I know you're trying to diss us. Yeah. I'm not going to let everyone chime in right now because I'm going to go on, but yes, Josh, people buy the books. We've had to press up Keep It Carb Baby. It's out of print right now. This book here, we did like 3 or 4 pressings. We are all out of Keep It Carb Babies right now. People do buy the books. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. And yeah, if I don't see you on Christmas Eve, have a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to y'all. And I'll probably be back here. I'll probably do the same kind of thing, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And who knows, maybe I'll do another live stream in between like I did this last week. And maybe I'll try to make a real video. I just like live streaming now. Live streaming is so fun. I kind of like I don't like making the regular old videos where I talk about a topic as much. I don't know why. I like the real time, like talking to you guys directly. Because I'm not doing this for big views and clicks. I'm not trying to get like famous or becoming a online celebrity or anything like that. I just do this because I'm into vegan activism, and this is cool. It's a cool way to do it, a fun way to do it. All right, guys, gotta go. Much love to y'all. I will see you probably Friday night. Most of you guys, at least. All right, guys. Peace, love, and let's keep it vegan. Thanks, guys.